We're going live. How do we look, Bell? Does it look like crap? Do we look delicious?
Are we the two best-looking dudes in Middle Tennessee or what, Brother Bilal?
Bell's looking to see. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. We're live out here, right? It's Toy Field. It's awesome. And Bert came over earlier, one of our fearless leaders, and decided to mess with the camera. Went sideways. It's Toy Field today, 18th Annual Toy Field, sponsored by A.O. Smith and Wayne's Pest Control. Miss Nikki's going to come on later from Wayne's Pest Control. They're awesome. And, of course, we got our amazing – they brought us a tent.
Yes, sir.
Which is incredible. Like, you have no idea how amazing it is. Because I got here, because I jogged here. For you guys don't know, I wore my jogging outfit. I came here today. Dressed to impress because I want to make sure that people come and visit. Now, I've said this over and over. If you want to come and yell at me, today's the day. But you got to bring a toy. It ain't free to yell at me. Kids, I don't know. Others may work for free. That's not Chad Benson, okay? He don't work for free. He works for dollar bills, yo, and toys for the kids. And we were, the joking aside, I've been broke AF as a kid, right? If it wasn't for Grandma, man, I wasn't getting anything, It's like, woo, thank God for garage sales, that kind of stuff. Like, other people's junk is treasure. We're blessed to live in this country. We're blessed to live in the world that we live in, regardless of politics, right? Love me, hate me, love Trump, hate Trump. It's not about, it's about other people today. And come on down here. We're going to be here till, facts. Here's the thing, right? This is how good it is. You bring a toy, we may let you play for the Titans. You don't know. Or tell you don't have to play for the Titans. The choice is yours. Right? You want to be quarterback? Maybe. You want to be a wide receiver? Possibility. But you just bring something here today, and to drop it off, I think is an amazing thing. See all the stuff. See the people. And, we're going to talk to the major, which I didn't even know. Did you know they had majors in Salvation Army? He's a major.
Wow.
He doesn't have a uniform.
That's high ranking.
That is high ranking.
That's top brass.
Well, that is. So it's a wonderful thing to be able to give. And, we're talking about the loneliness epidemic. For as struggle as men are in this country, the senior epidemic is very real. And somebody texted earlier before Chris left, talking about there was a thing on Facebook. A little girl went to a retirement home, asked the residents what the 3 things they wanted for Christmas. Number 1 thing, Vienna sausages.
Yes, sir.
I'd like Vienna sausages. I'd be like, I like to go to Vienna and have a sausage. But it's little things like that you think, that goes a long way. And as we were talking about, it's knowing that you care, right? We do so much in this community because we're blessed to live in the world that we live in, and we're blessed to live in this community. And it's, I've been very fortunate the stations I work for over the years, because I've worked at other stations where they weren't. The last station I worked at, big station, they were amazing. And I will say what we do here with all of the things that we do in the community is incredible. And it's because of you guys. It really is because of you. So we're pumped and excited. So we're going to be down here. Okay, so if you want to know where to go, it's between gates 8 and 9. You'll see us. I got off the freeway after I ran. I ran on the freeway, so people were pissed at me. But I had to get over to the new stadium because how can I yell at the guys about, taking care of the business, Ken, that they got to take care of.
They got a thing to do.
They have a thing, and they don't want to go fishing. That's what I heard. It's my wife's brother, Louis. He's kind of special. We got him a job. He's not good, but whatever. We're going to be here, though, all the way till 7. So if you have a chance, come on down. Right? Want to thank all of our partners here. Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent Awning has been amazing. Comprehensive Security came by. Timmy came, and they dropped off a massive amount of toys. And we're about – what are we about? More than halfway, I would say.
I'd say halfway.
About halfway.
Yeah.
So now's the opportunity to come on over. Halfway. It's a great opportunity for you to give. Cruise on over. And like I said, if you want to come yell at me, not Ken. Ken's done nothing wrong. I'm the one.
I just cover the news, boys.
Yes, you do. A lot of stuff to get to today. We'll get to some of the stuff, too. Like we're going to talk about the good stuff. We're going to have fun. By the way, I got a lot of auditions to go through. So if you guys want to audition for our play, I put it up on the old Twitter. And you could text my personal text for my national show, 323-538-2423, 323-538-CHAD, and leave your audition. We had so many people audition last night. I was going through some of them.
Awesome.
Some of them, they didn't audition any of the parts. They just go on there and they go, I would like to audition. This is my audition for 3 parts. And they would just leave their voice, and I'm just, no, you got to play a part. It's the whole point. Got to play the part. Okay? So we're looking forward to that. It's Hot Take Tuesday, too.
It is Hot Take Tuesday.
Hot Take right now is damn hot.
It's
so yesterday I said, hey, Ken, what are you going to wear out there? And Ken's like, I don't know, maybe a negligee. And I said, well, let's say you don't do that. He's like, I'm going to get dressed up. And I saw Dan today, right?
Yeah.
Like, and, of course, Dan, I got to take it with a grain of salt. It's Dan. So, it's 42 degrees. In his mind, it's minus 58. But what they don't tell you is this amazing tent and awning. Thank you very much by Nashville Tent and Awning. But we also have the heaters. I put it around 85. I told him I could have wore shorts.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and the real temperature outside today, we're going to get up into the 50s.
That's crazy talk.
So
that's crazy talk.
That's kooky talk.
I don't know what you're talking
As Kramer used to say.
It is kooky talk. Jerry!
But, man,
and he said other things, and then they said, we don't like you anymore.
Yeah. But you know what? I mean, what a day for the sun to come out and the temperature to warm up to head on down to Nissan Stadium and drop off your unwrapped gift.
I've never been here before.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't gone to a game yet because I'm waiting until the new stadium. Because I don't want to go to and get attached to the old stadium.
Right.
But they've offered opportunities. I just haven't been in town or didn't, it's like, I don't really want to see that team. But the new stadium looks amazing.
Yeah.
It does.
And it's not even done.
I know.
And it looks amazing.
It's what's weird? All right, so little side talk to sports stuff, but it's not really sports. When I was a kid growing up, so I grew up Dodger Stadium, still there. Dodger Stadium's built, still there. My mother has pictures of her standing, like where the tickets were going to be, because my mother has tickets right behind home base.
Nice.
That she never uses, that she sells them, and that's how she can afford her lifestyle.
Awesome.
But the Dodger Stadium's still up, right? Like Kansas City, you go look at their stadium's still up.
Yeah.
This thing's not that old.
No. This was built in, I want to say the late 90s, early 2000s.
It's only like 22, 23 years old.
Yeah.
25. And when I was in Arizona, right? Arizona, they got the stadium for the Diamondbacks. They're like, we need a new stadium. I'm like, you guys have only been in the league for like 25 years. What's wrong with the dump you have now?
Right.
Right? We're just not building things to last anymore.
I'm just waiting for the Titans stadium to be completed and then Jerry Jones to announce he's building a new stadium.
And that stadium's so awesome. I've been to that stadium. I went to I didn't go to the Super Bowl, but I went to Super Bowl week there.
Yeah.
First of all, it's an art gallery.
Yeah.
I don't think if you ever go there, his wife was allowed to design it. So there is priceless art throughout the entire place, which is really a smart thing to do because, as you know, when you go to a football game, you're like, we'll find all kind of art people there.
Football.
But it is otherworldly. And as much as I thought that was the greatest stadium, it was outdone by what happened in L.A.
Oh, yeah.
That's otherworldly.
Well, and that's what Jerry Jones is not going to be outdone.
No, he's going to figure something out.
There will be bids out for another stadium after this.
That stadium, if you don't know, if LA Stadium is just incredible. It is first of all, it looks like it's only 20 feet tall.
Right.
You don't realize you walk in and it goes down because it's in the flight path of LAX. But to get to where the locker rooms are, the players have to go they have to go underground like 2 blocks. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm pumped, though. It's neat to be here. I wandered in there.
Smile for the camera, Brother Chad.
Hey, what's going on? Taking pictures. Come on down and take pictures. Yes, I do like Santa Claus, and I have a Santa Claus suit. So this year, Santa Claus will be on our show. Santa Claus will also have his jerky cousin, who Krampus is going to show up at one time or another. You don't want to mess with Krampus, man. That guy will drop kick you, and that's what I'm talking about. We do have our hot take today and a bunch of other stuff. Somebody said, Tottenham's Hotspurs is amazing. That's a new stadium in London. The new stadium in London, they actually came over. They hired an American company, but they wanted to see, okay, what separates. We want to keep the old English style where you're right on top of the field, but we also want that new American glow, of the stadiums we do, because we do stuff so much bigger.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
You go to other countries, they have like a one-off stadium, and it's their national stadium. We have college stadiums that are like, it holds 110,000. What is your crappy little stadium hold? It's incredible. Let's see. CB, I sent you 4 files. 2 size limits. My first didn't send exactly. Okay. Take a look at that. SoFi Stadium was not funded by taxpayers, and that's a good thing, too.
That is a good thing.
Yeah, it was. But I will tell you this. So my little brother, Dakota, asked, what did you want for Christmas? And he wanted to go to a Chargers game. So my mom got him tickets, and they went to a Chargers game. And my mom sent my brother-in-law and my sister $130 to park.
Wow. To park?
You want a stadium you don't pay for? You're going to pay for it somewhere.
Well, that's the thing, dude. They're going to get it one way or another.
It was insane. My mom's like, never again. am I going to send you? He's like, it's $130 to park. Now, that was the Chargers game. It was a little different the first year, but still, you're not getting into too many of these places for that. When I went to the World Cup in 94 to park in the semifinals, it was $100. That was 94.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. They're going to get their money.
I'll never complain about parking in downtown Nashville ever again.
No, which is always a struggle, right? Like, I'm always confused about where to park. And like, okay, where do I? Okay,
where are they not going to put a boot on my car?
Yeah, what do I? Which one of you 4 things do I scan into that? Oh, this parking spot belongs to this company. Okay, but not this one. That drives me crazy.
And when you find that perfect spot, you're still paranoid.
Yes.
Is this a real spot?
It is a real spot. It is. Maybe. Oh, you turn that down? Oh, thank God.
Thank you, Brother Kirby.
Whew, goodness me. I know. Look, I've been. You know what? I feel like I'm getting ready to make weight. Look, it was a boxer.
You're a wrestler.
We do have hot takes today. We're going to have some Hot Take Tuesday coming up in a little bit.
I got a good one, boy.
Oh, you do? Woo! Bell, do you have a hot take? How you doing back there, Bell? Is everybody okay? Anybody show up today?
No.
All right, fantastic. It's Bell. One to answer Bell. It's his new name. No. Maybe. Just runs now. So we got a little Hot Take Tuesday. Is the camera okay? We were having some issues. Are we looking good?
Have I broken it yet?
No, you still look like you're off in the background.
You know what, Bell? I don't know about the attitude you have, but we'll figure it out in a second. God, trying to get stuff ready. Is this better? Should I lean in?
If you could just move to your right about 10 feet.
Right here?
About
No,
10
I'm just
feet.
kidding.
Oh, here. Give it to me. This is Pookie, by the way.
Little Pookie.
Let's the Pookie. Now, a child's going to get Pookie, am I right, Madison? Child's going to get Pookie. Hey, everybody, it's me, Pookie. What's up, punks? Better bring some toys. Toys up in this blues. I'll get some toys. None of that crap, too. Bring me some good stuff. Want that good stuff? There we go. Look at that.
That's pretty nice shoes Pookie's got on there.
Pookie's rolling deep. So if you guys can't see if you're on the YouTube, Pookie is he's a bear, and as usual, bears wear clothes. But Pookie's also got some nice shoes on, and he is going to actually go to somebody. So we've done a lot of stuff with Pookie. We've interviewed him. We've done all kinds of things all over social media. But Pookie is actually going to go to a child, which is awesome. And
That's great.
And we're going to talk a little bit later, too, where the toys go, because I got a lot of questions about that the other day is, okay, well, where do these go? And we didn't want to tell everybody. They just go back to our house so we can give them all to our kids. But no, that's not what happens, right? Like, that would be totally uncool. So, we want you guys to come down here today. And again, we're going to have a lot of stuff. We got Hot Take Tuesday. Got a bunch of stuff to get to. We'll talk a little bit of politics. Trump's getting ready to go out on the road and pitch affordability, which is what he has to do. I mean, this is he's and Susie Wiles, his director. She said, look, he isn't going to like what this was going to have to do next year. He's going to have to put himself on the ballot for everything. And, yeah, that's what he's going to have to do. And she goes, some people may not want it. And some people won't. If you're close and you think Trump is going to hurt you, you're going to say, look, I appreciate the support, but we got to keep you a little bit at arm's length. And if it's close and Trump's going to help you, he's going to get out there, but he's going to have to put his own money into it. It's always going to be a tough time. Everybody knows that. And, so we're going to talk a little bit about that as well as a bunch of other things, including – our hot takes, absolutely. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about Somali. I'm just kidding. We're not talking about that. I don't really care about that.
We're going to spend about 2.5 hours on Somali.
We're talking about Epstein because nothing says children's toys like Epstein Island. Oh, people are going, oh, my God, Chad, I can't believe you said that. Well, it's true. I was watching Chris earlier. Just want to get a feel of everything. He's like, and Epstein, and I'm like, and by the way, could you guys bring some toys? I'm like, oddly enough, that's what they said. You guys are the worst. Pookie looks like he walked in the Gatlinburg Bear in the parade. He did. Pookie's pretty awesome. It's good. It's good. We already got some hot takes coming in.
Hot takes.
So we're going to do that coming up in a little bit. So hot take coming up in a little bit. And at the bottom of the hour, the Major from Salvation Army is going to join us. Major Minor. It's not his name, but he's going to join us. We're going to talk about all the stuff in this. Miss Nikki's going to join us later on, too. She's from Wayne's Pest Control. We're going to talk about why she gave me hot cocoa earlier, which I thought was delicious. And I appreciate that. So we got all that, so much more coming up. Happy Tuesday. Hot takes straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7.
Can you guys smile with me?
Irma Hot Steaks, baby. Irma Hot Steaks. Sizzle all the way. 50% off site-wide right now. Use my code Benson. What do you get? Extra $35 off at checkout. Now, when you go to omahasteaks.com, what are you going to see? First of all, the best around at a price that won't break the bank. America's Butcher since 1917. Oh, my God, it's amazing. Burgers, check. Frank's, check. Pork chops, check. Oh, then let's get to the chicken breast and the fillets for days. The best around. They've got seafood, they've got desserts, they've got it all, and we're saving it big. And it's 100% unconditional money-back guarantee. Bite for bite. You're not happy, send it back. But guess what? You're going to be more than happy. And I'm saving you big again. Gourmet gifts, you're going to save all the way because it's a sizzle all the way site. Right now, going on omahasteaks.com. Go there, use my code Benson, and get $35 off at checkout as well. So you get 50% off site-wide, $35 off, and use my code Benson at omahasteaks.com. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteak.com. Code Benson.
Racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds may face a challenge in 2026. I'll tell you all about it at 12:30. A Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
It is Tuesday on the Trent Benson Show. I just got called a spaz. Isn't that a bad word? Spastic back in the day?
I don't know if it was or not.
That person's spastic.
We used it quite a bit.
We did. We used a lot of words we can't use anymore. Some of them are making a comeback. News at 11. So it is Tuesday. On Tuesdays, we do a thing called Hot Take Tuesday. This is where you give us your hot take based on stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with politics, just pop culture, wacky stuff like that. Ladies and gentlemen, Hot Take Tuesday, because I don't have the thing to push in
You don't
here.
have the bumper.
All right, Bell.
Should have sent it to me.
I forgot. So you know what? Effort, brother, effort, because I'm not thinking about it either, because I was too busy jogging. Okay? Okay. Let's start with you, Ken. You got something great. Let's hear it.
All right. When it comes to toilet paper, roll out, not in. The rollout is a bold move.
So the over.
The over. Over is bold. Under is
Not beautiful.
weak.
Weak.
You know what happens when you roll over and you got a cat?
You know what? It's very true.
I'm not talking about cat owners, Brother Bilal.
I like that, though. So the roll over. Ken's went solid to start today. in the bold move that was. We're going to start with you, Bell. What do you got for us?
I went on a date the other day, and we went to a sushi bar, and I got out of that place for under $40. So I think that there's some form of sushi syndicate that is keeping the prices high across the board because these guys were way too cheap, and if they can be that cheap, every other sushi bar could too. So
Wow,
you're all a bunch of criminals.
Well, I didn't even know PetSmart did that. So is PetSmart you went?
What?
What? Are you PetSmart on your date?
No, a sushi
okay.
bar.
Oh, it was a sushi bar. I thought you was over at the aquariums just grabbing stuff. Oh, Chad, that's not very nice.
I didn't hear it anyway.
Whatever, you jerk. People are bringing bikes in. Again, we're down here. It's the 18th annual Toyfield Drive, sponsored by A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control. We got our good friends at Nashville 10 Awning. You guys have all day to bring it down here. We're between gates 8 and 9 Nissan Stadium. You can see us. People are bringing bikes now.
Another bike. 2 bikes.
So, and I forgot to ask you. I heard Matt last year tried to ride a bike, and everybody got mad at him.
Yeah. They thought he was trying to steal it.
You almost went to jail.
Yeah, it's Brother Matt Murphy.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, but it would have been another time.
No. This is the guy who told me a couple weeks ago he got stabbed by a woman on that she was mad at him. So I'm like, maybe I could see that happening with him. If you roll under, you support Harris. Must roll over.
Yes, sir.
So look at that. People rolling in on that. That is spectacular.
Roll over, baby. Roll over.
I'm pretty pumped about that. Here's one for you guys. Tons of great burgers here. You guys are going to want to hate it, but you're going to end up loving it. And you can ask Dan this. My hot take is you guys are going to be blown away, absolutely blown away by In-N-Out Burger.
That's what I understand.
That's what Dan keeps saying.
Yeah, but see, now I'm somebody who fits the bill of who would eat it In-N-Out comes earlier. And by the way, there is a ton of special things you can order. You can order animal fries, 4x4s. You got to learn the lingo.
Wait, what's animal fries?
They're going to put their special sauce and stuff on top of
Oh,
it.
yes.
Kind of like this Thousand Island stuff, right? You can get that. You can get stuff like you can go in and get it animal style where there is no bun. So think about, and the other thing is, when you get your cup, if you want to know what Bible verse, hold it up and look underneath. They have a Bible verse.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
And when does this little piece of Nirvana supposed to open?
Now, you said are they going to open the next couple days, is what I'm hearing?
Stand by, boys. Let me check this.
I haven't heard because normally Dan's all over this.
Well, got to go to all my chats here. It's a little harder to find all this out here. Okay, here we go. In-N-Out Burger announcing opening dates. Of course, it's not logging on in time to make this segue smooth.
If I'm correct, I thought it was this week sometime they're going to be opening.
That's what I understand.
So maybe tomorrow or by the end of the week, I'm hearing they're going to be. I don't know. Is it 2 of them or just 1?
There's 3 of them.
Oh, 3 of them. They're all open at the same time.
Where are they located?
One is in Murfreesboro. That's the one that I don't think opens until Friday. There are 2 others that open tomorrow. I want to say Lebanon. Lebanon is one of the locations that opens tomorrow. Okay, here we go. Lebanon opens tomorrow. This is on Hartman Drive. Antioch opens tomorrow. They're on William Turner Parkway. And then In-N-Out in Murfreesboro opens on Friday. They're on Medical Center Parkway.
Not one near me. What a jip.
Now, here's the thing, guys. I'm going to tell you guys this. Again, you're going to be blown away by the burgers. They don't serve – you go there, you get burgers, you get fries, you either get a shake or a soda. They don't make anything else. They'll make you a grilled cheese, but that's it. There's no – I'd like a hot dog, and I'd like barbecue beef. No, that's what you get. They know what they're good at.
Want a chicken Caesar salad?
There's none of that stuff. And here's the other thing.
I want a pie, large fry, and a coffee. You got that, Bubba?
Damn it, Bobby. They pay well. So you're going to go in. They all wear white outfits, and they Zoom. So when you look and see that there's 40 or 50 people in line and there's actually people doing, out traffic control, it will go 100 miles an hour. And it's much like what you see when you go to Chick-fil-A. It zooms fast. And you'll pay one way. You're going to see 4 or 5 people. It's just so quick. You're going to be blown away by the burgers.
Right. Well, that's going to be – go ahead, Brother Bilal.
When you say they pay well, how well?
They pay – you know what? I think starting, you're probably here nowadays, they're probably getting 20-some bucks an hour.
That's better than
they're if you become a manager and they only hire from within, They will identify you. They'll send you off to actual hamburger college for them up in Northern California, and their managers make in excess of like 160 to 200 grand.
Hamburger college.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hamburger college, kids. Be ready for that.
Never heard of a better trade school.
You know what? It's one I could get behind.
Yeah.
I think you guys noticed that. That's what I'm saying. They're shutting down Nirvana and Smyrna to open up another burger place. It's really sickening.
Yeah. In addition to the In-N-Out's opening, Whataburger is closing 4 locations.
And they're opening a new one, right? I said
they're opening a new one. I can't remember where, but they're closing 4. One of them is in Murfreesboro. They're closing the one on Memorial in Murfreesboro, the Whataburger, and some other locations too. I've got it in my news. I'll run it in one of my casts.
All right, we'll run in one of the casts. All right, coming up, the Major from the Salvation Army is going to join the program.
Sir.
We're going to ask him where all these toys are going. We're down here. It is the 18th annual Toy Field. Toys are filling up. We're just over halfway. We need to get this thing filled up today.
Yes, sir.
And we'd love you guys to come out here. Again, you want to come out and say hi, you want to come out and yell at me, feel free to do that. We're going to be here all day. I'm going to be here. Then Matt's coming on. And here's the other thing. It doesn't matter what you bring. It can be small. It can be big.
Yes, sir.
Unwrapped toy. Go spend a couple bucks at the dollar store. It goes a long way into helping somebody. And same thing when it comes to seniors. It is just a good thing. Makes you feel good inside. We're going to talk to the Major straight from Salvation Army next. Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 997.
He's not played up to what he expected to. He has said that.
Major.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers, we've got some things getting in the way if you're in Clarksville right now. It is stop-and-go traffic due to rolling roadblocks. They're fixing potholes on 24 eastbound between Wilmer Rudolph and M.L. King. And then in Murfreesboro, we've got an overturned car. The through lanes are blocked. That's Old Fort Parkway eastbound at St. Andrews. And then here in Nashville, we've got a crash blocking the right shoulder, 40 westbound before Hermitage Avenue. And in Antioch, a crash blocking the right shoulder, 24 westbound before Harding Place. Racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds may face a major challenge. A local coalition has launched a petition to change the Metro charter and remove racing from the site's mandate. The group cites noise, traffic, and environmental risks and proposes housing and green space instead. The effort needs tens of thousands of signatures before it can go to voters. And Crossville police say a Stone Elementary student is charged for making threats of mass violence. The report came in yesterday from classmates, prompting a rapid response from law enforcement and school safety teams. Officials say the school was never in lockdown. No weapons were found. That juvenile is charged under Tennessee's school safety statute. And federal health officials are taking a closer look at 2 RSV prevention drugs for babies. The FDA says it's reviewing safety data on Beyfortus and Influenza, even though millions of doses have been given worldwide without major concerns. The move follows broader vaccine reviews under Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Pediatric experts warn the scrutiny could undermine confidence in life-saving treatments. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
All right, guys. Beacon Capital Management wants you guys to talk to them. You know, the year's coming to an end, due with taxes. Many of you are getting close to retirement. Some of you are in retirement. Are you sure you're going to outlive your retirement? Are you sure you're going to live through retirement? We don't even know, right? That's the whole thing. One of the number one fears of people who head towards retirement is they're going to outlive their retirement because they're living life longer and better. You want to make sure you've got that handled. Beacon can help you with that across the board, whether it's taxes, estate planning, retirement funds, i.e. investments and whatnot. And let's not forget little things like long-term care planning that some people just forget about. So this is what I want you to do. It's absolutely free. It's not going to cost you anything. Go sit down with Beacon. First, give them a call. Tell them I sent you. Call 615-488-9303, 615-488-9303. Find out what they can do for you, whether, again, it's taxes, that long-term care, which is something that is becoming more and more important, estate planning, or just funds across the board when it comes to your retirement and whether or not you're going to outlive it. Call Beacon today. Get that free personalized consultation. 615-488-9303, 615-488-9303, or online at beaconcm.com. This is a paid placement.
Selling your home can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. There are no showings, no open houses, no stress. Work with the #1 real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Go to markspain.com today.
Rocking and rolling here, 18th Annual Toy Field, Toy Drive, sponsored by A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control. Miss Nikki's going to come on later in Wayne's Pest Control. She wasn't thrilled by it, so that's all the more reason to get her on. We're between gates 8 and 9. Come on down, right? We're filling up this little mini stadium here, which we're pumped about. And thank you to A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control. Nashville Tent and Awning has been amazing. But we're doing this for a reason, and we're probably going to screw this up. Major's here from the Salvation Army. Major McAfee is here. And first of all, I want to thank you for your service.
Yes, sir.
Secondly, most important, does he not look like somebody who would star in one of our Chad Mark?
He does.
You look like
He's a good-looking dude, man.
Yeah, I mean, see, you look like one of those guys who's like, you know what? You're probably a single dad, and there's some lady that's a travel writer that's going to fall in love with you when she finds out that you're Santa Claus.
Listen, I'm not going to say anything. My wife may be listening, but you know,
okay.
if I keep getting complimented like this, I'm coming back.
That's okay. So let's talk. You know, it's funny. I've got a lot of people over the last couple of days ask. You know, we talk a lot about it, but we don't like. Nobody knows where the toys go. And so, first of all, where do they go?
So this is where these toys will all end up in someone's living room on Christmas morning. We have over 5,000 angels this year that we are making sure have Christmas when they wake up on December 25th. And not all of our angels get adopted. Not all of our angels get returned. So last year we had 800 angels that either didn't get adopted, didn't get returned. These toys are what will fill those bags to make sure that every child, every senior has Christmas.
So when you say adopted, what does it mean? Like the because I think, how do you pick them? Where does that come from?
So we and it's closed now, but we put out those angels on trees at malls, different
The angel
places.
trees, yeah.
Yep, and it'll have a kid's name, their age, their clothing size, their wish list, all that, and people go adopt those kids. They shop, they purchase, they bring those back, and we make sure those gifts end up with those kids.
We're talking to, I was going to say Sergeant Major, but he's not that. He's from Salvation Army's Major McAbee's with us as we talk about out here at Toy Field. So, it's very interesting. Because one of the things we talk about is don't forget a senior. Because I think a lot of people, that's one of the things that's forgotten is the seniors. Because we see toys here, but we don't see, the senior side of stuff, which is extremely important. Because there's a lot of people out there who they don't have anybody, and they may actually have family living, but they're not around, they're not close, so they're destined to spend the holidays alone with nothing.
Yeah, that isolation is real for seniors, especially those who they're not able to build community easily. And those senior angels is a way to bring a smile, to be just so people know that they aren't completely forgotten. They're seen, they're heard, and that is a great way to be able to give back.
What's the feedback like? Because, I think we can pretend, it's great to give, but it does make you feel good inside. You don't want to discount that, make it feel like it's selfish. I like to give because it feels good. But when you guys give, because you get to see the end result, you get to hear about the end result in a way that, a lot of times we don't.
Yeah, I mean, when you're putting these gifts in people's cars and you're just bringing bag after bag, if they have 3 kids and there's 3 bicycles come out, you just start seeing the tears. People, these parents, these guardians who are struggling to make ends meet every single month.
Yes, sir.
And now you put on top of that, we've got to try to provide Christmas as well. It is such a relief for so many people, just that moment of shalom, that moment of peace where I can be physically and fully present with my kids on Christmas morning, not having to worry about how am I going to put food on the table tonight.
Sally just asked a good question. If somebody doesn't get adopted off the tree and then you guys do this, how do you guys pick your people all together? How do they become part of the tree, and how do you guys get them out to these?
So we do sign-ups, and that's usually late September into August, and that time frame period. So we sign them up through that. There's a vetting process that they go through, and that's how those kids end up on our trees.
The Salvation Army does so much more, not just here, obviously globally and everything. I haven't seen any of them ringing the bells, but we'll be worrying about that soon. But what's the rest of the year like for you guys? Because this obviously, like you say, this starts in September, October. You guys are getting this thing up, but then you've got the rest of the year. What's it look like?
Yeah, so this is where we are most visible to the community throughout the year because of the angel tree, because of bell ring. I'm so sad that you haven't seen a bell ringer
I haven't seen a bell ringer, and I got to be honest with you. I don't know if you guys are looking at me, but I'm pretty awesome.
You are pretty. Let me tell you, if you were out there ringing a bell, you wouldn't even need a bell. We would have to switch your kettle out a couple times.
Absolutely.
Sure. But we do work 365 days a year, whether that be our shelters that we're running, helping people get off the street, whether it's permanent housing, putting people straight from encampments into housing, or making sure that people don't end up kicked out or evicted out of their houses, because the best way to prevent homelessness is to keep people in their homes. So we're helping that. We're doing food. 365 days a year, we are doing things that are transformational for individual and families.
You guys do all of those kind of things, which is amazing. This time of year, though, especially this year in particular, it feels like we've had a slower year. Inflation over the last couple of years has been up, through, really for the last several years. Obviously, COVID was a big deal. Then we had inflation, and it still feels a little. Are you feeling like it's a little bit more of a push now?
We're seeing huge increases in people asking for it. We saw over 80% increase in our traffic of individuals or families asking for help. And I think with the government shutdown and everything that we just came through, you saw how many people right here in our community are just one incident away from financial disaster, whether that be SNAP benefits or, whatever that may be, a sickness, anything. They're one incident away from just financial disaster and maybe even falling into the experience of homelessness.
Which is I don't think people realize, we sit here, it's the economy. We always talk about the economy in the political world. It is the economy, stupid always, because the economy doesn't care if you're gay, straight, black, white, tall, short, fat, whatever it is. It's just money. It's a tool, but money can't buy you happiness, but it buys you peace of mind. And there's a lot of stress out there. There's
Yeah.
no doubt there is a lot of stress out there right now with people.
Yeah, and when your mind is so consumed with just how am I going to put food on the table tonight, you can't make the decisions about your financial future and how you're going to invest when you have nothing to invest. More or less, even think about that.
Talking to Major Maccabee of the Salvation Army, first class or just a regular old major?
It's nothing like that. Yeah, first class. First class. There's no doubt about it.
There you go, Major.
What's the average? Like, if you were to take a snapshot and say, "Hey, Chad, Ken, I'm going to paint you guys what the average person, whether it's a kid or a senior, is, or in a family. What does that look like? Like, who is that person or family?"
One of the things I always like to say is that, if you were to close your eyes and envision, when it comes to homelessness, what does that person look like to you? And, after you kind of think about that, have that picture in your mind, the thing I like to say that I had someone tell me, you're not wrong, but you're not right. There is not one face of homelessness. There is not one face of an individual of these children who are needing help. It is such a diverse group of individuals, folks who've been able to financially make it for years, and then all of a sudden they've lost their job, they've lost part of their income, and now for the very first time ever in their lives they've had to come and ask for help. It's not just one kind of grouping of people. It is so diverse in the individuals we're helping.
When it comes to seniors, what does that look like? Because, I think people are thinking, is it people just in a nursing home? Is it just somebody who's on a fixed income living alone? Like, how does that, work?
So with the seniors, there are a lot of fixed incomes in the towers that are around, so that those individuals are really isolated most of the time. Even within the centers that they're living in, they tend to be isolated.
It is awesome. We appreciate you. Last question. Number one thing boys and girls request.
Oh my goodness! For the boys, it's definitely sports equipment. I mean, the balls, the basketballs, footballs, and then the Nerf guns. I mean,
there's one over there that looks
Nerf
like
gun.
If Trump was here, he's like, pick up a gun. We're going to go to Venezuela. You're going to have fun.
It's like a cannon.
We're going to get that Maduro character who's like the bad Santa Claus. But so it's that. What about the girls?
The girls are the Barbie. There are these large Barbie houses, and the doll houses types of things. But we have gotten so many of those. Those Barbie houses are amazing.
That is so awesome, man. We appreciate you coming on. Godspeed. Great work for you.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Major. First class, absolutely, from the Salvation Army. Major Maccabee, thanks so much, brother, for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So he's awesome, man. I'll tell you what, he's got that look, dude.
Well, and they do great work too, man. And it's like what we've talked about too. The children and the seniors too. Just getting something, Brother Chad, on Christmas is huge. Just something.
Yeah, and one of the things we didn't talk about, but I talked about a couple times, is kids who are in, especially junior high and high school. Because a lot of these toys out here, they're little kids' toys or they're young boys' toys, young girls' toys. But you're on the angel tree stuff. We did some of the stuff when you pick it and stuff. And we look for like my daughter's age, 15, 16, because they understand the situation. You're 6, you're not
right.
You don't really understand the rich or poor thing as much as somebody who's 15 or 16 who's living it every day.
Yes,
who gets that their friends have everything and they don't have anything.
Right. Yeah, you're exactly right, man. And that pressure is really on. And just, put yourself in the shoes. And I guarantee you we have people listening to us who are parents of these teenagers that you're talking about, man.
Yes.
The pressure on the parents. This helps out so much. Just giving anything you can just helps out tremendously this time of year because of the pressure that is it's just the environment around the holidays. I love the holidays, but man, there is that pressure.
The pressure on parents anyways to do stuff for their kids in certain situations is already through the roof. In fact, if Belle's listening, I showed Belle something yesterday. Belle, was that the most insane thing you've seen? That lady that put together a concert like Coachella in her backyard?
Oh, yeah, it was nuts.
That's awesome.
It was no, she did everything. She had cabanas, mini cabanas, right? And she had full stages with lighting. She had wristbands for the kids. It was the most insane thing. And thinking to myself, well, I feel like that's pressure for you. You're putting yourself under. But whatever happened to Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
Right? Whatever happened to Five Nights at Freddy's? Taking the kids there, maybe leaving them, maybe not.
Right.
You don't know. I
They're
feel like we
closed down.
Yeah, they did. That's right. I forgot because of the whole Satan thing. So there's that thing. But there is a lot of pressure out there, and especially this time of year, man. You said it right. The pressure for parents and for Santa Claus to deliver. It is tremendous, and it can eat at you, especially if you're struggling to make ends meet, because the last thing any parent wants to do is ever disappoint their child.
Absolutely.
They may disappoint you in life, but you expect that because they're learning.
That's right.
But you disappointing them, that eats your soul. It doesn't eat them up as much as it does you.
Right.
It may make them sad, but there's a reason for that, and if you guys can help, I'm telling you, guys driving by right now. Somebody said the dollar store is not the dollar store anymore. It's a dollar-ish store. But if you have a chance, swing by, grab something small anywhere. CVS, whether it's a bear, whether it's whatever you think you can, whether it's for a senior or for a child. It is amazing. We're going to be here all day.
And you don't even have to get out of your car.
No, you don't.
Just pull up and
throw it.
they'll take your items.
Yep. Just one of our people come out, grab the items, whatever it is. It's fantastic.
Gates 8 and 9.
Yep, it's it. Right there. Right there. So come on down. We're going to be here till 7 o'clock. Matt will be here at 3. We got me for another couple hours. A lot of stuff to get to. Some text messages. And a very interesting YouTube chat that we should get to. Jen. We'll do that straight ahead. Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 99.7. Gold, baby, gold in them there hills. Let me tell you about Birch Gold right now. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas from Birch Gold. You spend $5,000 with Birch Gold. What do you get? Single ounce of silver, up 60%, absolutely free for every $5,000 you spend. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Gold is important. It's a finite amount of it on the planet. We haven't found the alchemist yet that's figured out how to make it. So this is what we got. It is something that people are fleeing to. Other banks around the globe are fleeing to it. We've got issues with the dollar. We've got unsettledness globally. We've got a lot of things happening. Gold can help you protect all the things you've built for. Whether it's the physical, maybe you've got an IRA or a 401k, it's the next one you want to swip it over, and they can help you with that, get you a tax-sheltered IRA backed by gold. It is incredible, and they're amazing. Birch is incredible. I want you to text the word Benson to 989898 now. My family uses them. I use them. They're the nicest people in the world. They're going to take care of you. They're not going to sell you anything. They're not going to push you into anything. Just have a conversation. It's truly that simple. Text the word Benson now to 989898. Find out if you qualify, because it's only going until the 22nd, and how you qualify for the free silver from my friends at Birch Gold. Text the word Benson to 989898 now for Birch Gold.
A new petition could put the future of racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway in voters' hands. We'll tell you about that story and more coming up at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
We're out here broadcasting live, 18th Annual Toy Field Toy Drive, sponsored by our good friends A.O. Smith. Wayne's Pest Control, also. They're here. And Nashville Tent and Awning brought over this, and it is amazing. And our good shout out to Comprehensive Security, who helped take care of us everywhere. They came out earlier, dropped off a whole bunch of toys. Still opportunities. Again, you don't have to get out. We're between gates 8 and 9 right here. We're going to be here all night till 7 o'clock. Come, drop the toys off. Anything you can do. You know, Chris said it's a coloring book. It's a baby doll. It's, you know, a little Nerf football, whatever it is. It goes a long way in helping people. Same thing when it comes to the seniors out there who are, you know, struggling with loneliness. And it's, you know, we are an amazing country. We do amazing things. And the reality is we've got the opportunity to give. And even though times can be tough, it's, you know, everybody knows how blessed they are out there. And to go a little bit further, maybe your kid doesn't get all the toys they wanted. Maybe they get one less. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, just as long as everybody gets something.
That's it.
That's the big thing. And like you said, I mean, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. I mean, we've got some really nice items here on the field right now. We just increased the number of bicycles we had just about half an hour ago. They rolled some of those in. Got lots of games. These Nerf guns, man, a lot of Nerf guns are being brought in right now. I still want to play with the ladder truck, though, and pretend that I'm repairing downed power lines from a storm.
You want to be a lineman?
Yeah.
That's cool. Like Travolta was in that movie?
Yeah.
Because he's so awesome. Jen G was on the YouTube chat, heard that Belle was single, and would like to know if you would share your Cobra with her. Belle?
My what?
Your Cobra, your spicy Cobra.
No, I don't share my Cobra with
Well, you know what?
anybody.
I'm telling you, she likes you. She thinks you're cute because she likes people. She likes guys with no head.
Well, for all I know, she's going to get bit and sue me.
Well, you know what? It might happen. Jen G, you should reach out to the old Bell there. Just letting you guys know that, you know. Bell, he went on a date, and he'll take you to get sushi. My buddy Jim's listening to California. Jim Kennedy. Kennedy's a public policy research guy's great. He texted me because he was saying, okay, here's the dates of the In-N-Out burgers are opening. He goes, and also tell Bell, you don't get sushi from anywhere you're not that close to a body of water like the ocean.
And Percy Priest Lake doesn't count.
Yeah, that's not sushi. That's bluegill, not the same thing. Coming up, hour number 2, we do have a lot more stuff. We got our hot takes going on. We'll talk a little bit of some politics out there. Also, more on what's going on here. We have our friend here, Miss Nikki, as we call her from Wayne's Pest Control. I'm calling her Miss Nikki. She's going to join us, too, talk about why they get involved in this. And there's still time. Get down here. If you want to yell at me, fine. If you want to come give me a high five, I'd love that, too. Bring a toy. Bring something for a senior, something for a kid. It is an amazing opportunity for you to do 18th Annual Toy Field Drive going on right here at the Nissan Stadium where the Titans play sometimes, kind of, sort of, between gates 8 and 9. Come down, see Ken and I. This is the Chad Betts Show. Sip tap, 99.7.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. And right now in Nashville, a new petition could put the future of the Fairground Speedway in voters' hands. Restore our fairgrounds once racing removed from the Metro Charter, clearing the way for redevelopment. They say the property could better serve Nashville with housing and public spaces. This proposal could reach the ballot in November 2026 if supporters gather enough signatures. They need tens of thousands of them. A district judge has greenlit the release of grand jury materials related to Ghislaine Maxwell's case. She was the associate of sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, who is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence. A judge had previously denied this and says in this order that because of the act that was passed in Congress that these files can now be released. But again, it's not clear whether this will really reveal any new information that hasn't already been made public. The FDA has launched a safety review of 2 RSV drugs for infants amid growing debate over immunizations. Beyfortus and Influenza are credited with cutting hospitalizations by more than 50% in newborns during RSV season. Manufacturers say the medicines are safe, backed by extensive studies and global use. Regulators say any label changes will depend on the full weight of evidence. And President Trump making a stop in Pennsylvania today for a speech the White House says will focus on prices and affordability. Inflation, while lower than it was a couple of years ago, remains above the Federal Reserve's 2% benchmark. Recent layoffs and persistent high prices have left many consumers uneasy about the economy. The president says in an interview with Politico he would give the economy high marks. Back here in Middle Tennessee, got some big news for burger fans. In-N-Out is arriving in Middle Tennessee. Lebanon and Antioch open up their doors tomorrow, with Murfreesboro joining the lineup on Friday. A Franklin location is planned for early 2026. But 4 Whataburger restaurants in Middle Tennessee are shutting down. The affected locations are in Mount Juliet, Murfreesboro, 2 in Clarksville, with operations ending December 15th. Whataburger says the move will help concentrate efforts where they can make the biggest impact. The chain still plans to expand in the region, including a new spot in Nashville. And the holiday shopping season is in full swing. The holiday return season will be hitting soon. One thing to watch for now is rising return fees. For Marshalls and TJ Maxx, it's now $11.99 per package. So when you make that return, that amount is taking out of your total refund. Macy's charges $10. JCPenney and J. Crew have fees about $8 to mail back packages. Retailers are also updating their deadlines to return those holiday gifts. So for most purchases made in November and December with Amazon and Walmart, you're going to have up until January 31st. Target is the 24th for most products, while Best Buy is actually the 15th. And entertainment news right here in Music City, Raul Malo, the soulful voice behind the Mavericks, has died at the age of 60. Love the Mavericks music. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Bell just called us hot. Did you know
Yeah.
that?
He's telling us what we already know.
Yeah. Yeah. So somebody said they we're talking excited about the In-N-Out burgers coming. And somebody's like, do they bring you snacks when you're out? No, they don't. Trust me, it goes fast. The line, it will be long, and it goes faster than you think. So be prepared for that.
Yeah, my wife is really excited about this, and she hates crowds and traffic, but she says, I'll wait in this line for this.
I wonder if you start seeing what you've seen in other states, that people start lining up tonight at like 10.
Yeah, she says she's willing to do that.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
good.
said,
She is not going to do that. She's going to make Ken do it.
She's going to make me do it.
It's okay. That's okay. Well, so it's kind of like her.
I'll be out there with little Fritz.
Oh, that'd be nice. Fritz love to give him a little burger. Yeah. He'll like that little In-N-Out burger. Little In-N-Out burger right there, Chad.
We don't sell hot dogs here, young man.
$17.50. You asked last hour. $17.50 is what you start out at In-N-Out, and then you go off to Burger College if they like you.
Yeah.
And they'll put you through. The average salary is about 160 to 180 for the managers.
That's not bad money, man.
No, it's not bad.
That's very Chick-fil-A-ish too. Chick-fil-A pays well too, and there's never a lack of customers at the Chick-fil-A in Murfreesboro.
No. You know, it's interesting, but it's funny when we talk about like paying a living wage. When companies go public, and you know, this is why trickle-down economics doesn't work anymore, but neither does it work from the government either. Trickle-down economics works extremely well when you've got private companies who can take money and reinvest it into the people in the company. When it has to go to the shareholders and it's about profit and the board, it is harder to trickle stuff down like that. So that's a very frustrating thing, you know, because it used to be, you know, now they just take that money they get and just buy back all their stock.
Yeah.
And shoot it up, and they're like, yeah, we're richer than we are. Woo, look at that. Which, again, I begrudge nobody.
No.
Make $1 trillion. I got no problem with that.
Free market.
But if you make $1 trillion and all the people that work for you are on food stamps, that's a problem.
That might be an issue.
That's an issue, right? And we should address that issue. But I'm pumped about In-N-Out. It is Dan has to be losing his mind about this, because since I've been here, right, for like 15 months, Dan's been even before I came out here, he would ask me, because we talked for like a year before I came out here, and he's like, dude, how close are you In-N-Out? I said, we had a couple of them. We're not too far away. I had one yesterday. Oh, man, I miss that so much. He's so excited about this.
He is. Brother Dan may be there every day.
He may be. We'll see. We're out here. It is Toy Field. We've had a bunch of people come through, a lot of stuff. We're starting to see this thing really. When I got here, it was about half full, and we're getting there to about we got a third left, which means we still got some time to get some stuff out here.
Yeah, we're out here all day, man.
Yeah. Matt, bring some stuff too. Ride your bike over here. He tried to ride one last year and got almost arrested. So the 18th annual Toy Field Toy Drive's going on, okay? And this is incredible. A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, right? Nashville Tent and Awning, all part of this thing. But you are too. You make this thing happen, and we'd love to have you come out here and drop off a toy. Doesn't have to be anything big and spectacular. You're not going, oh, we've got everybody, PlayStation. No, it's drop off something, and we'll walk around a little bit later, and we'll show you all the stuff that's going on out here. But they've got everything, for little kids, 2 and 3 year olds, all the way up to, kids that are in their teens, and also something for seniors as well, if you have a chance. But there's amazing stuff here. I see a Bluey over there.
Yeah, there's a little Bluey.
Oh, I love Bluey. Bluey's great. If you guys don't know who Bluey is, he's a cartoon from Australia, not woke.
No.
It's good either. It's me, Bluey, But she is, it's great. My daughter loves that. And also, Comprehensive Security came here. They're the ones who protect us when we go out everywhere. They came by, like with the U-Haul thing, and dropped off a ton of toys. So it's going well, but it can do better. And we'd love to see you guys come out here today. Gates 8 and 9, Nissan Stadium, cruise on out here. And one of the things that, like we talk about all the time is with the economy. And it is the thing that is number one in everybody's mind. And
always.
Trump's got to go out and sell the economy. And everybody's like, you big on Trump. First of all, as I said yesterday, it's my job to tell you the reality, not the wannabe. I'm not here to rah-rah for anybody. I'm here to rah-rah for us, right? That's what I care about. And Trump's got to go out and sell the vision that he has to the people. There's a lot of things that, perception and reality. There's a Billionaires Boys Club. Is that the one with Kevin Spacey? Had the bad hair. He had a bad hairpiece. Wasn't a good hairpiece. But in it, he was showing this guy this thing that is like 5,000 years old. There's only 17 of them are in the world, and he drops it, like handing it to the kid, and the kid freaks out, and he says, perception is reality, and at times, sometimes it's even more important than reality. In certain things, you get away with that, but the one thing that the reality doesn't fix is bank accounts, right? And that's the one thing that people are feeling the stress, and at this time of year in particular, because we all feel that we've got to go and push and do something because we got family we got to take care of. You know, I was just talking to my wife, texting a little minute ago. Our eldest daughter lives with grandma out in Arizona. Grandma's not ready to leave the house yet. It's where her husband died. They built that house from scratch. And so our eldest is out there, and, she's stressed out about Christmas. Do I have enough time to get presents for you guys? And we're like, don't worry about it. But think about that as a parent, how much more people stress. It is so true. And this time of year in particular, because you never feel like you have enough to get everything done. But isn't it amazing? And this game, somehow it always comes together.
Yeah.
When you think about it. Right? Like it always, somehow it always manages. But we're fortunate because we're able to do that. And we're seeing a whole bunch of toys come flying in right now.
Yeah, all of a sudden a whole bunch.
Like,
man.
that is a ton of toys.
Yeah, she's got a big old wagon full of toys. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 people, arms full of toys coming in.
We got some skateboards. We got some scooters.
How about that skateboard?
Look at all these toys coming in right now. This is amazing.
Yes, sir.
Toy-tacular right now.
Yes, sir. Filling it up.
Yeah, so it is, and it's just a great thing that, people are able to do this. But, we are so blessed. But, yeah, there are some issues, and Trump's going to have to sell it. And Susie Wiles was on a podcast or something the other day, and that's like his that's a lady that's really kind of in charge of everything that goes on in the White House. And she says he doesn't know what's coming next year, but he's going to have to get out and campaign like it's him.
She's the chief of staff.
She is the chief of
She
staff.
knows.
She's kind of the...
She ran his campaign.
Yeah, no, she ran his campaign, but she's the one that, a lot of people think if anybody's able to tap him on the shoulder and go, yeah, no, don't say that.
She's the one.
She's the one. But she has said that he... I think she's been the most vocal of, look, you got to show people what's going on, right? You've got to show people. You've got to show people a vision, right? If it's not happening now, it's because it's going to happen in the future, and let us show you how it's going to happen. It can't be everything's a hoax, it's all fake, because it's not whether, like, if you go to the people and say, look, it isn't going to happen tomorrow. It isn't. And it's going to take some time, and there's going to be some bumps in the road, but we're going to get where we're going, and stick with me, and let me show you what can happen. People are with you. It's when you tell them, maybe it's not really what you guys are thinking. The media, it's Biden, it's a lot of things. I've seen all the polls. Polls suck. Well, it's funny. Polls suck if you don't like them. If you do like them, they're good. But even the Rasmussen's poll said the same thing, that the American, that Rasmussen is very Trump friendly, has said they're going to get a beating in the midterms, and they got lucky today or yesterday that Jasmine Crockett jumped in on the race.
Yeah,
that was a huge win, because the guy that she's going to run against, James Tirico, is the kind of Democrat that Republicans, if he was running here, he would have had a shot to beat Van Epps. He is a pastor.
So he's a moderate.
He's very moderate, And if he was running in California, he'd be considered a conservative. But he is a very interesting guy. And he's got a 48-plus positive rating in Texas. She has a -8.
Wow.
But among Democrat voters, she's beating him.
Well, and that's the thing, man. I mean, she's not going to get into this thing unless there is a path to victory. She said that ahead of time. And she is going to be banging that affordability drum. And that's basically the drumbeat we're going to hear running up to 2026. And what you're talking about, the Trump administration, the one big beautiful bill kicks in after January. There's got to be some messaging as to what we should expect.
Yes.
And probably every day there should be somebody from the administration talking about this quote-unquote affordability issue.
And they have
about
to talk
what
about
we're trying to do, what we hope happens.
Yeah.
because right now all the Democrats have to do, even though it was the same under them.
Yeah, totally.
All they have to do is say, well, you can't afford anything.
Yeah, well, you guys said it to us, and we're saying it back to you.
Right,
Things
right.
aren't going down. They
Right.
feel like they're getting more expensive. You're losing your spending power, whatever it is. And I'm going to say this, and some of you might get pissed. The reality is the tariffs, that was a self-inflicted wound. That did not go well the way that I think he thought it was going to go.
Well,
I
that's
think
where
he
this
thought,
$12 billion for farmers came from.
Yeah, and there you go. And a lot of them are, and I've heard from some of you said, look, it's too little, too late. Can't wait till February to get stuff. And you see the amount of farmers that committed, the suicide rate for farmers was up. There's a lot of issues out there with farmers. And look, it wasn't all this administration, the last administration. The reality is they've had issues for years, but this definitely did not help. And that was a self-inflicted wound. Same thing when it came to coffee and things like that. But he recognized that. He changed it. But he's got to sell a message. And you can have the empathy, but when you tell people it's not real, and then they go to their bank account, they say, it feels real, it looks real.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Show them you're with them. Look, the Democrats, right? We saw COVID come. We had a bit of a nightmare. We printed probably too much money, right? Like, take a little bit of this on yourself. Then we turned it over. Biden ended up getting in, however you want to say it. They stole it, whatever. But then he put it on supercharge, and then he lied to you guys for 3.5 years thinking it was going to be, oh, this is totally fine. Everything's going to be good. It's all going to go away. And it didn't happen. Now we got to fix this. Just like weight. You don't wake up 60 pounds heavier from night A to night B. You're not going to drop 60 pounds over time. It's going to take time. If you pitch that message, I think people are with you. If you tell them, nope, it's not real, and the media's making it up, and it's Biden's fault, it's Obama's fault, it's everybody else's fault, that's when people get frustrated.
Right. And if you want to attack somebody on something being a hoax, okay, attack the Democratic messaging. Just don't attack the American people who are the ones saying, hey, I can't afford it.
Yeah. The tariffs are very necessary. Evil that happens in China is underwhelming. So here's the thing with that. Tariffs weren't necessary. We, by the way, just to let you guys know, our tariffs, since we started this, our trade deficit with China has gone up. We're over $1 trillion now. And, oh, by the way, Trump decided to sell chips to them that everybody, even on the right, are going, no, what are you doing? These are not the chips that you should be selling to China. These are the things that frustrate. Like, the messages feel mixed. Pick a lane, stay in the lane, right? Pick a lane, stay in the lane. So, yeah, and by the way, look, when I listen to, somebody just said, so what Trump is talking about, Chad, she has no plan for the economy. No, she doesn't have any plan for the economy, right? Her plan, like all the Democrats' plan, is to run against Trump, whatever he says.
Right.
But affordability is kind of like AI and investing. You could be making gummy bears, and if you put AI in the title, a venture capitalist might give you $1 million. It's that kind of craziness. But affordability is real. But she has no plan. And a lot of people are wondering, who has a plan? Well, first of all, the American people, we're the ones who are going to get through this, right? I'm not worried. I don't think the government's going to go hungry. But they can either make it easier or they can make it harder. I would like to see the harder. But it does help. I'm telling you guys, it helps so much today that she jumped into this thing because she is very negative. He would have had a shot. James Teferico would have had a shot. I do not think she has any shot whatsoever. I even saw Mark Halperin said, well, you know what? People wonder if there's they've been 31 years without a statewide election won by a Republican. She ain't the one that's going to break it. She isn't. All right, coming up, Hot Take Tuesday. We got some hot takes for you coming up a little bit, a bunch of other stuff as well, including how to exit a party this time of year gracefully. And maybe my most favorite thing is Nostradamus, his quatrains, what could happen in 2026. You're missing the show, shame on you, got the podcast. It is Chad Bench Show, Super Tap 99.7. Okay. Prize Picks is awesome. It's more or less. It's America's #1 fantasy sports app. More or less in player stats, right? Like stats. Is this up? Is this down? Is this sideways? No. Do you think somebody's going to pass for more or less than, say, 250 yards? We'll say somebody like Matt Stafford. Do you think that Lamar Jackson is going to run for more than 50 yards? Or do you think Joe Burrow is going to throw for more than 1.5 touchdowns? That's what this is about here with the best around Prize Picks. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. When you download the app today, so you go download the Prize Picks app, use my code Chad, you're going to get $50 instantly in lineups direct into your account when you play your first $5 play. It's that simple. Okay? Getting the money is easy, it's fast, it's almost instantaneous, it's secure, it's incredible. They're America's #1 fantasy sports app for a reason. You can win up 2,000 times your money. They're amazing. They're called Prize Picks. Download the app now and get $50 instantly in lineups right into the account when you use my code Chad. That's Prize Picks. Use code Chad to get $50 instantly. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be 21 in Tennessee. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-889-9789. The Wellness Institute of Nashville, I swear by them, so should you. Hey, ho, 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 center proof, baby. Get over there right now. If your back hurts, mine never hurts thanks to the Wellness Institute of Nashville. They never, what? Because Santa gets to take care of all those going up and down, all that stuff. Thank you very much for that. So that's what I want you to do. $12 comprehensive exam, x-rays if needed. They're going to explain diagnosis, first treatment, right there. If you got an MRI, bring it. If you worry about your back, if you worry about the stress that's on your back, if you think to yourself, I can never be paid free, Santa Claus, Chad, you can. They can help you. No surgery, no spinal injections, no painkillers. Call them today. Get over and see them. Take advantage of the $12 comprehensive exam, x-rays if needed, just $12. They're going to explain everything to you, get you that first treatment. 615-246-5009. 615-246-5009 or painisbad.com.
A petition has been filed to end racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds. We'll tell you about this story and more at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
We're out here. It is the 18th annual Toy Field Toy Drive, sponsored by A.O. Smith and Wayne's Pest Control, as well as our good friends at Nashville Tent and Awning. Right, they're amazing. They've honored to support this year's Toy Field. They've built the field underneath. We didn't have to freeze. They got us all kinds of awesome stuff. But fulfillment supplies innovation. Just stop by. They are still unloading toys. It is insane what they have brought. I just want to tell you guys how amazing this thing has been. And this is what I heard from Ken. Hey, Chad, look over there. They got a monkey with a little bottle.
It's a little baby with a bottle. Little baby monkey with a bottle.
It is incredible. If you still have time to get over here, all right, it's gates 8 and 9, Nissan Stadium. Cruise on by. I don't care what kind of toy it is, as long as it's unwrapped, it's new, you just stop by, drop it off, say you can wave to us the whole 9 yards. You got a company, come over and shout it out, or you just want to give. It is incredible, whether it's for a senior, right? And I'm not talking about a high schooler, but that is fine too, but a senior or a child, it goes a long way. And somebody asked how these toys get to where they're going. The last hour we had on Major Maccabee from the Salvation Army. They're the ones who handles. So you guys know about the angel trees? These are the kids that don't get picked off the angel tree. These are the toys that go out to them to make sure that they get something. So it is an amazing thing. That's how it gets to them. So if you want to know, let us know. You can text the program always as well. So how did the toys get from Nissan? There you go, hands, children. That's it. Just explain it to you right there. All right, hot take Tuesday.
Got to find my hot take here.
All right, my hot take is Tennessee. You're about to be blown away. Some of you are going to be like, it doesn't matter what you could get the greatest thing in the world, and if it's from California, you're going to hate it. So some of you are always like that. But for the rest of you who are honest, you're going to go out and you're going to try a burger at In-N-Out, and you're going to be blown away by the burger from In-N-Out. It is incredible. So be prepared to be prepared, people. And I'm not speaking for just me. I'm speaking for Dan and about 50 of you who've texted me, say, I can't wait for it to open up. Ken, what you got for the hot take?
My hot take is about positioning of the toilet paper roll. The over position isn't just about convenience, it's a subtle power move.
Ooh, that is a power move. Except if you have a cat. That's a caveat there.
Yeah, Brother Bilal, let me know about that.
Yeah. So, Bell, what you got for us, my man?
I think sushi, just as a general rule, is overpriced by a long shot.
Why do you think that? Now,
Because
my buddy,
I went out with somebody, went to a sushi bar, and got out for under about half of what I normally would, considering what we got.
what's your go-to sushi? Mine is a burger somewhere else from a sushi bar, but what's your go-to?
Tuna, spicy tuna. Got to get cream cheese roll. Soft shell crab.
Yes.
I need a menu. You got a menu?
I don't know.
Oh, and
Does that have a
one
California roll? That's something big,
point,
right?
Well, yeah, California rolls.
I don't even, to be honest with you, that's the only thing I know is calamari and whatever. I don't know. I have no idea what, because I don't eat sushi. It's
One
weird.
point to add to your little diatribe about In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah,
It's going to be a lot cheaper here than it is out there.
it is. But by the way, it's
yeah.
it's pretty inexpensive. And don't go there going, you know what kind of exotic thing they have on the menu? Burgers, whether it's cheese or burger, okay, shake, French fries, or a soda. And if you can get a grilled cheese if you want. Outside of that, there's different ways you can order it. You can go 4x4, 8x8, which means those are patties. You can go animal style, which means no bun. You can get there's all kinds of different things you can do. So go online and find out the lingo. But that's it. The menu is literally just a tiny menu.
Yeah, but are the vegetables organic?
They are. They're from, yes, they are. Trump's all, they're organic.
They're all organic.
They're from can to farm to can.
Pulled out all their organs.
You know who, what's his name? Al Michaels. You know Al Michaels has never had a vegetable in his life? Did you know that? He brags about that. He brags about the fact that he's never had a vegetable in his life. And I think to myself, neither have I. You know what? I don't eat fruits or vegetables.
I've watched you eat
but
vegetables.
I have had some vegetables. What, were they vegetables? What I had?
Yes.
I had corn.
Potatoes.
Does that really count?
Potatoes.
Oh, yeah. But I haven't had like a vegetable that people think is a real vegetable. Like a potato feels like it's a carbohydrate, and it's, and let's be real, as you always say, Belle, it's just a way to deliver other stuff to your mouth.
So have you had like a plate of Brussels sprouts?
Oh, God, no.
And,
no. And I've never had scurvy, by the way. Just let you guys know that.
Yeah, baked potato is nothing more than a butter sour cream delivery mechanism.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And cheese.
Oh, yeah, lots of cheese, sour cream, anything else that you could think of.
To hide the vegetable.
All right, coming up, more stuff to talk about. Again, we're going to have our friend, I'm going to see if I can find her. She can come over and talk for like 5 minutes. Our friend at Wayne's Pest Control, Miss Nikki, and why she does this. She's been out here all day. She gave me hot cocoa earlier, and by hot cocoa, it was very nice. We don't need hot cocoa now because it's 84 degrees.
Yeah, it's about 84
And the good news
degrees
is
in the
I
tent.
wore a velour jumpsuit because why not, right? We'll do that and so much more straight ahead. Chat Bet Show, Super Talk 99.7.
.1:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. And right now in Nashville, a coalition called Restore Our Fairgrounds has filed a petition to end auto racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. The group wants to remove racing from the Metro Charter. They want to open up to the property that is, to housing, green space, and retail. Supporters say the current location creates noise, traffic, and environmental concerns. If certified, the measure could appear on the November 2026 ballot. They've got to secure at least 50,000 signatures of registered voters. Tennessee lawmakers are considering paying student teachers to help ease the state's teacher shortage. The proposal would provide monthly stipends during their semester of full-time classroom work, which is currently unpaid. Supporters say the plan could attract more candidates and reduce financial stress for future educators. The General Assembly will take up the measure when it reconvenes in January. And a district judge has greenlit the release of grand jury materials related to Ghislaine Maxwell's case. She was the associate of sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, who is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence. There will likely be no bombshell developments in these materials. This is from Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, so this is information that is sure will be pertinent to the file release of the Justice Department that will allegedly comply with. But it is far from the full amount of materials in the Justice Department's possession. And today, Indiana's state Senate is considering a new congressional map that could give Republicans an advantage in the 2026 midterm elections. The map needs to get approval from Indiana lawmakers, and there may not be enough Republican support. It's unclear if Republicans have the votes in order to pass this map, and that's even amid a huge pressure campaign and lots of spending from outside groups. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
I'm going to parachute on the air for that now. All right, guys. December. Ho, ho, ho. Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Spreading the holiday cheer. Basic deals. Community giving. Got some great stuff. First and foremost, let's talk about giving. We're giving out here, but you can also help them. They're doing some amazing things in Wilson County. And if you have a chance, drop off a new toy. Busy Bee headquarters, Lebanon, for their toy drive to help less fortunate people in Wilson County. They got great deals. Free 10-year parts and warranty on any upgrade with your water heater this month. If you want a Beehive Club membership and you want it for free, this is what you do. You bake a Buzz the Bee cookie, snap a bit, and then tag them in it. Free Beehive Club membership. And if you got the clog drain, 93 are free still right there. So if they can't get it free, if you will, flowing, you pay nothing, and some amazing stuff like mid-tier package when it comes to duct cleaning. You buy the mid-tier, they're going to give you the deluxe package for free. And let's not forget, whole home water and drain repipes. They're going to give you a $5 gift card after installation. Busy Bee, buzzing the holidays. Lots of deals. And the Hometown Heart. Call them today, 615-775-7833. 615-775-7833 online, busybee.com. Broadcasting live, 18th annual Toy Field Toy Drive, sponsored by A.O. Smith and Wayne's Pest Control. Speaking of that, Miss Nikki's here from Wayne's Pest Control. She didn't bring her dog Dolly because Dolly goes everywhere, but didn't bring it today, did you there?
I did not. She wasn't invited.
Oh,
Man, I'll tell you what, I walked in, her and I caught eyes, and I think, that's my friend right there. And she gave me, she gave me chocolate, and I was like, we're pals now. So, Ms. Nikki, you're with Wayne's Pest Control. Tell everybody over there what you do with Wayne's.
So I am the PR business development specialist
All right.
this week.
What were you last week?
Janitor.
There you go. Do you ever go out and spray?
No.
Whatever. You're missing out. I don't think that's cool, but whatever. Let's talk about, first and foremost, why'd you guys get involved in this?
So at Wayne's, we believe in giving back to the community and helping. And we don't want to just be your average pest control company. We want to be the pest control company. And the biggest way that we can do that is to give to those in the community and help.
You know, it's interesting. So I got here at like 10:45. I always get to my shows very early. So I cruise in here. And you've been here since when?
Got here at 5:55 this morning.
Wow. You've been doing yeoman's work, as they would say, doing God's work. So, and have you, how long have you guys done this? Because this is not your first go-around in these things.
This is actually our first year to participate in
this,
Toy Field.
yeah.
Yes.
But the other stuff you've done.
But the other stuff we've done. So Wayne's has been in Nashville for 8 years, and for the last 6, we've been doing everything that we can to give back to the community.
I like that. And again, we're here till 7 o'clock. Matt's coming on after me. Gates 8 and 9. You can cruise on in. You don't even have to get out of your vehicle to give. They've got people there, and they'll bring them right in for us. And it's a great opportunity for you to give. Doesn't matter what it is, right? It doesn't matter if it's just a small little toy. You think, oh, it's been a few bucks, or you're fortunate enough and you're able to get some baby dolls and a bike or something. We love to see all those things, and it is filling up fast, and we want to see it continue to fill up. What do you want to tell people about this right here, and why, when you see the energy, there's a ton of energy here?
There is a ton of energy. There's in this economy, to be able to see the people give what they can, and some give more and some give just enough, but you're giving.
And so you are, and and Miss Nikki's joining us and I'm not going to keep her very long. We're going to ask her one more question. She was very nervous about coming on because I'm like, I want your hot. By the way, we do a hot take that's not political. Mine was an In-N-Out Burger. His was about toilet paper. Over wins, under's bad, right? And Belle, our producer back at the station, who just a minute ago called me Matt, said that sushi should be cheaper than it is. What's your hot take on anything?
I agree with toilet paper. Over's good, under's bad. We don't do mullets. And sushi should be cheaper. It's undercooked fish.
There you go. See?
Here's my hot take.
That's a hell of a hot take right there. She's dropping the knowledge. People want to know about Wayne's Pest Control. Go on, now's your chance to plug them. Let's do it.
yes, sir.
Wayne's Pest Control. We've www.callwaynes.com. All of our information is on our website. We offer more than just general pest control here in Nashville, Middle Tennessee. We have branches that cover Alabama and all of Tennessee.
What do you mean you offer more than just pest control? What, do you come over and hold people's hands?
No.
Do IVs? What do you guys do?
We do pest control. We do flea, tick, and mosquito treatments. We do termite protection around your biggest investment, which is your house.
That's right.
We do wildlife removal.
Oh, what's the coolest wildlife?
Yeah.
Tell us
about that.
What's the coolest wildlife? Yeah.
Well, the only one that I've personally been involved in is a family of groundhogs that lived under my hot tub. And they were digging at my foundation, and I called Jacob and I said, come get them, please.
So you guys do anything? Like any wildlife?
Yes.
Like we got a bear? No. You're coming?
No, foxes and smaller.
Foxes and smaller. There's a weight limit, okay?
There's a weight limit.
She lied. There's a weight limit. Miss Nikki was like, of course we do bears. You got to learn how to sell this thing.
Of course we do bears.
We do more than bears, right? Godzilla's at your house. Call us. We're there to get that bear. All right, Miss Nikki from Wayne's Pest Control, thanks so much for coming on.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, that was nice. See? And we didn't embarrass her too bad.
No, she did great.
Yeah, so it's everybody gets nervous around microphones. I always tell everybody, I could do your job. I'm like, here, have at it.
Here you go. Just do it. It's just radio, man.
And you know, it's funny because I've got friends who are big podcasters, and they'll say, at first they go, you know, I could do your job. And they're like, you know, it's different because you guys are timed out. You can't say certain things. You know,
Right.
It's different when you can get on a podcast and go for 2 hours about
Exactly.
anything, or if you can only go for. You got 12 minutes here, a minute 48 here because you're back late. You've got and they're like, oh, I didn't even know that. Yeah, it's a different world, man. It's a different world out there. Drunk Raccoon. Oh, by the way, the Drunk Raccoon. Have you seen
What's the latest?
T-shirts? You can go to the ABC website in Virginia. They have all of these specialty drinks now for the raccoon. So if you want to get they've got all these specialty, whether it's from Top Shelf, down below, doesn't matter what it is. They've got all kinds of T-shirts. They're selling it like hotcakes.
Yeah.
They said they can't keep stuff in stock because, well, Drunk Raccoon's awesome.
Dude, the fact that raccoon was face down by the toilet.
He was three
passed
sheets.
out drunk.
It
was perfect.
It was just, yeah, and that's on all these pictures of these T-shirts. Where
It's just
this is how I feel.
I don't know,
out,
man. The raccoon blew a .00 and they still arrested him.
Well, yeah, out here they would absolutely.
Well, they thought he was a burglar too.
Well, he's a hamburglar. He does. He looks like he's a little hamburglar. He's a little hamburger is what that guy is. It's just a little hamburger.
His little fella. His drunk little fella.
16 bottles he ruined, and he just slurped it off the floor till he passed out. Broke through the ceiling, knocked out all of their electronics.
I do
Just
that and I
fantastic.
need rehab. He does it and he's a star.
He's a star. He's an absolute star. An absolute 100% star of stars. By the way, we were talking earlier. There is, if you guys still want to audition, we're going to do auditions through the end of the week for the amazing fun Chad Mark having a good time radio play. I posted it yesterday on my X, and I'm going to send it tomorrow. I've got some other stuff I'm going to send, and we're going to post it all over WTN. And all you have to do is on your phone, you go and text my private text line for my other show, my national show, but it just comes to me for everything. 323-538 Chad, 323-538-2423. Just don't. Somebody yesterday left. This was their audition, and it was pretty funny. Hey, I would like to audition for the mayor, for Nick, and for like Santa Claus, and this is my audition. And that was it. They didn't read any lines. There was nothing. There was no lines read. It was just talked for 30 seconds, and that's my audition.
There wasn't even I don't know about this, fellas.
No. Well, nobody used to mess with you. Nobody should mess with you. Like, I don't know about that, fellas. It's going to be fantastic. So that is, if you still want to do that, feel free to do it. We're going to have a lot of fun because we need fun. It's that time of the year. You know, it's always fun, though. I'm always a fun kind of guy. That's what I like to look.
We like to have fun.
Yeah. And a lot of the other guys around here, they get very serious about their politics. And I'm serious to a certain extent. I'm serious about politics, but I no longer take politics seriously. It's the best way to describe it. When you have people running for office that are so far out there, or their goal is to say the most insane things, like in Texas, which is great if you're a Republican, to see the likes of, you've got, what does she call her, JC now? Is that what she's calling herself?
Is she calling herself JC?
I think she's
Jasmine Crockett is now JC.
Yeah, she said, this is what JC can do. Well, she's calling herself that. But the reality is you're going to win amongst the small group. You're going to lose amongst the large field. And that's been the problem. Look, for the Republicans, and God bless Trump with his MAGA stuff, but he has picked some people that have got behind him who have no shot of winning. There's no way in hell Herschel Walker should have ever been in any way, shape, or form running for office. No way. Once he talked about werewolves. You guys know about werewolves? You guys understand about werewolves? I was watching a movie about werewolves and vampires, and I'm like, I'm out. Right? It's the same thing when I was in Arizona. Carrie Lake, I'm sorry. She won because the problem is, and this is both sides are going to have this big issue, is you win the primary, but you don't have enough support in the general. And it is about the general. And, look, Carrie Lake would have lost, if she would have lost, and she only won by a few in the primary, The person who lost, Karen Taylor Robeson, amazing woman. She worked under Reagan, just super brilliant, smart, uber successful, and she would have won, they said, by 8 to 10 points, if not more. But instead, Carrie Lake lost. Why? Because you went to such the extreme that you only get the people that are extreme to come out, and that's the issue, especially amongst primaries. So it'll be interesting. But, man, I tell you what, if you're a Republican today, you're like, yeah, JC's running, Jasmine Crockett. She'd be about that. And they didn't want her to run either. Man, they were like, no.
Well, and does this not come back to in the Democratic Party, the split between the old school liberals and the progressives? I mean, you've got the old school liberals who, I mean, they are uncomfortable with the progressives.
They are.
And they don't want to admit it, but there's definitely a rift going on there.
There is a big rift, and it's finding the happy medium if you're them. And you know what? The Republicans are going to have the same issue coming up with MAGA. So Trump's going to be gone, and then what? You got everybody looking around.
Because Trump is MAGA.
Trump is the Republican Party right now. I mean, let's be real. J.D. Vance is not the Republican Party. Marco Rubio is not the Republican Party. They're not. They may have some of the qualities, and they may not even believe some of the stuff about MAGA, but when push comes to shove, who's going to take it over? That's the issue they're going to have. And then you're going to have people that supported Trump big time and others who I think are going to step away from Trump somewhat in this and try to find that happy medium. And the Democrats and Republicans both have this huge issue right now. And here's the other thing. Democrats have a massive issue. Outside of affordability, they have nothing else to run on. They don't. They have nothing else to run on except for Trump is evil. Well,
yeah.
You can't run on that if he's not on the ticket.
Yeah, Trump and billionaires are evil, even though we do have a few billionaires on our side.
Yeah. And they say they're evil too, but at the same time, they don't want you to
But we like them.
Yeah, we don't want you to touch the taxes. So both sides have a real, identity crisis. But JC, Jasmine Crockett, I can't believe it. And she talks about herself sometimes in third person.
Does she really?
Yeah. I'm like, you know what?
I got to start watching more of her, I guess.
Bernard
man.
Hopkins is probably the last person I think could ever talk about himself in third. Roy Jones Jr. and Bernard Hopkins. Boxers can.
Garth Brooks did.
Yeah, did he?
Garth Brooks would talk about himself in third person.
Roy Jones, and I remember Bernard, his name was Bernard the Executioner Hopkins. So one time he said, man, I was in a fight, you know what I'm saying? And this guy, you know what he brought a knife to a Bernard Hopkins fight. You can't do that. You know what Bernard's going to do to you? And I'm like, you are Bernard. Is he somewhere else? Is Bernard here? A lot more to get to. We got some text messages as well, including some predictions coming up. Probably do these next hour. Nostradamus predictions. His, what do they call it? The quatrain of some of his predictions for 2026. We'll do those.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know. Are we facing something? That guy was right sometimes, but not always. But he was right enough to make people think, but really not really. I think he's just drunk and wrote a bunch of poetry, and then people are like, this seems pretty good. Seems like he got stuff right. We'll talk about that, among other things. That's all straight ahead on the fun, outdoorsy version of the Chad Benson Show. Super Talk, 99 cents. All right, guys, the Everyday Classic earbuds are ready. Ho, 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 and away you go with Raycon. Buy Raycon.com/Chad, 20% site-wide. But these Everyday Classic earbuds, tons of amazing stuff, including active noise cancellation. What? Multi-connectivity, 2 devices at once. On top of that, they've got incredible things like 8 hours of talk time, 32 hours of battery life, fast charging. What's that mean? Every 10 minutes you charge, you get 90 minutes of listening power, just to name a few. And then I go to the colors you can choose from, but the ergonomic side of it as well. So you get the sound there, but then the ergonomic, it stay in your ears and they don't hurt your ears. You can wear them all day. Right now, amazing opportunity for you to get these incredible earbuds from Raycon. Go to buyraycon.com/Chad, buyraycon.com/Chad, 20% off the everyday earbud classics. On top of that, 20% off everything this holiday season at buyraycon.com/Chad. And you order by December 15th, guaranteed delivery by Christmas. Because great gifts, guess what? They shouldn't show up late. Buyraycon.com/Chad.
The fight over the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway is heating up again, and Metro Nashville School Board meets tonight to consider a new security plan. These stories and more coming up at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
WTN, baby. We're looking at, what, about a third left here?
Got about a third of the field left to go. We just had a big haul come in, man.
Yeah. Fulfillment Supply Innovations, you guys listening out there, God bless you. You guys rolled in here. This place is, we've had people coming in. It's been really steady, and I expected the third hour and through Matt show we're going to fill this thing up.
Yes, sir.
But I will tell you, they rolled on in here, and so Compulsive Security, FedEx, Nashville, they've all come in and they've donated, and it is amazing. And the bikes, we're seeing tons of bikes. We're seeing, there's a little monkey right there.
A little monkey with a baby bottle.
That's right. We got Karma's World, I think it is. We can go sing. Got some microphones there.
Oh, yeah.
We got Barbie. We got
and a big old dump truck.
Oh, big old dump truck. Big old. Hey, have you seen that guy? So have you seen the little mini trucks?
No.
So this guy's got, and you guys could go look this up online. He's got those, like a full mini construction zone, and he makes his coffee. He puts his coffee over here. And he's got an itty-bitty, pallet, and he comes over and he picks it up. And then he goes over and he gets his sugar and he drops it in there with us. It is incredible. And I think to myself, yeah, that's me.
I'd love to have a toy like that.
Well, you never know what Chatty Claus is going to bring you guys.
Dude, I heard Dan Mandis talking this morning about how he wishes that his son Riker, his stepson Riker, would have been more interested in dinosaurs. Fortunately, my son was very interested in dinosaurs. And I went into a deep space in one of our closets the other night, and I found all of his dinosaurs.
No way.
And I thought, thank goodness we haven't gotten rid of these.
Oh, that is so awesome.
Because whenever we like to go antiquing, dude, I see all these Star Wars action figures and toys from whenever we were kids, and I'm thinking, why did I get rid of my toys?
Isn't it crazy?
These things were selling for like $50 a pop.
So my uncle, my uncle and I were business partners, but he's a nerd. Like, he's not a pretend, like he's a nerd. Like, him and his friends will start talking. I'm like, this is the fact that any of you guys have ever seen a vagina is amazing. But when Grandma used to buy toys for him, she would buy 2 sets of the toys, and it was so bizarre.
Yeah.
So she'd hand him the toy, and she goes, "Happy birthday," and then she would put the other one away. So he's got an original Millennium Falcon. He's got all of these things because Grandma saw into the future somehow. Because she collected weird dolls, those kind of porcelain ones that would scare the crap out of you. You'd walk in the room downstairs, there was 200 of them on the wall. You're like, "Sweet mother of God!" But she recognized that. And I mean, how many of us? I looked at a picture of myself like 5 years ago, like the breakdancing phase everybody's going through, and I'm like, oh, those are real Jordans. Those like real first-run Jordans. Right. Those don't exist. Like, you have one of those now, people are like, I'll give you $58 bazillion for it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But a lot of good stuff going on still. We got our hot takes coming up next hour, and then some fun stuff, too. Well, unless it's maybe you're scared. Because I don't know if you guys are ready to handle what's coming when it comes to Nostradamus, who delivers some stuff. We're not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what he got right or wrong. That's like me predicting there's going to be an earthquake 100 years from now.
Yeah.
In California.
Or maybe a fire.
Yeah, that's But he got some stuff right. We'll see. We'll talk a little bit about that. Plus some do's and don'ts etiquette for the holiday party season as well. We got some politics, our hot takes, all that other good stuff. We're out here for the next hour, and then Matt comes on. We're at the 18th Annual Toy Field Toy Drive, sponsored by A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control, Nashville Tent Awning. Have done amazing things. Come on down. Between 8 and 9, that's the gate. You can come deliver a toy. We'd love to have it. Doesn't matter what kind of toy it is. As long as it's an unwrapped new toy. It could be $1. It could be $1 gazillion. We'd love to see you down here. It's the Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 99.7.
With your top stories. The fight over the Nashville Fairground Speedway is heating up again. Restore Our Fairgrounds has submitted a petition to eliminate racing as a required use under the Metro Charter. They argue the land should serve community needs like parks and affordable housing. Voters could decide the issue next year if enough signatures are gathered. Metro Nashville School Board meets tonight to consider a new security plan. The proposal calls for a 5-year contract with Serva LLC to provide armed and unarmed officers when extra support is needed. The agreement would cap spending at $500,000 over 5 years, funded through the district's operating budget and federal grants. The discussion comes as MNPS continues adding weapon detection scanners and other safety measures following recent school shootings. A Cumberland County elementary student facing a felony after allegedly threatening mass violence at school. The incident happened Monday at Stone Elementary in Crossville, was reported by other students. Police and school officials responded immediately. They confirmed no weapons were present. Investigators stressed the importance of reporting any suspicious behavior at school. A new plan in Tennessee could put money in the pockets of student teachers. Lawmakers want to offer stipends during their required teaching semester, hoping to address thousands of vacancies statewide. Advocates say compensation would make the profession more accessible and help retain talent. The proposal expected to be debated early next year. The FDA is reviewing the safety of 2 RSV drugs for infants, Beyfortus from Sanofi and Efloncia from Merck. Both treatments have been widely used to prevent severe respiratory illness in babies. The review comes as Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. pushes for closer scrutiny of childhood immunizations. And crowdsourcing for groceries. It's been happening in 2025. Usually when people turn to GoFundMe, it's for medical emergencies or maybe they're trying to start a new business. But according to the platform's annual report, there has been a 20% increase in fundraisers for basic needs like food and housing. And a time when affordability seems to be the word of the year, one of the fastest growing categories in 2025 was, quote, monthly bills. President Trump, by the way, making a stop in Pennsylvania today for a speech the White House says will focus on prices and affordability. Inflation, while lower than it was a couple of years ago, remains above the Federal Reserve's 2% benchmark. Recent layoffs and persistently high prices have left many consumers uneasy about the economy. The president, in an interview with Politico, said he would give the economy high marks. And Raul Malo, the soulful voice behind the Mavericks, has died at the age of 60. Sad news here in Nashville. The Grammy-winning singer passed away Monday night after a battle with cancer. Malo was celebrated for blending country, rock, and Latin sounds into a style all his own. His music and unmistakable tenor will live on through generations of fans. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
It's all happening. Jackson's in town. Matt's wandering around here. We're live. Beautiful. Nissan Stadium. What's the new stadium going to be called? Do we know?
I don't know what the new
They
stadium's
sold the
going to be
naming
called.
rights yet? You figured they would have announced it by now.
They
But,
probably have. I'll look it up.
Nissan Stadium right now, though, between gates 8 and 9. It's the 18th annual Toy Field Turret Drive, sponsored by A.O. Smith, Wade's Pest Control. And just come on over. Doesn't matter what toy you get, right? You drive by a CVS, you can zip on in there. You got somebody would want a coloring book. It can be, that's like what Chris said earlier. It can be coloring book. It can be any little toy. It can be something that maybe you got your kids a few toys and you're driving and you're like, they don't need all of these. Bring it over here. It's going to go to somebody. And several of you have asked earlier, like, where do these toys go? And so, the angel trees. So you go to the angel trees and you pick from the tree in the mall and stuff like that, and it's the so-and-so. And these are the kids who didn't get picked. And they said, we had our good buddy Major from the Salvation Army, Major McAfee, on earlier, and he said there's about 800 kids and people that didn't get chosen. And so that goes to, these toys are going to go to them. So we got a lot of bikes, which I see, which is phenomenal. We got a lot of sports stuff. And he said, another bike showing up right now.
Yes, sir.
That's
a nice one.
that's a mongoose, baby. That's what I'm talking
Look
about.
at those tires.
Look at that. Somebody's going to be able to. They got the pegs on the back so they can do some tricks.
Ooh, that's going to go fast.
That is going to go fast. But they've got, we got a lot of bikes. We got a lot of sports stuff. We got a lot of stuff for young boys and girls.
Got a baby monkey with a baby bottle.
Baby monkey with the baby bottle's fantastic in there. We've got all kinds of stuffies. We've got a lot of stuff, but we can always use more. And the goal is to get this thing completely full. And I know you guys are going to do. Oh, we got another giant, huge bunch of toys coming in right now, which is fantastic.
Oh, yes, we do. Big old wagon of it.
Yeah, so it's still Nissan. Oh, they say it's still Nissan Stadium.
Yes, still Nissan Stadium. Going to be Nissan Stadium even whenever it's done.
Yeah, so that's cool. So, and that's where we're between 8 and 9. And again, you don't have to get out of your car.
No, sir.
Like so far today, Fulfillment Supplies Innovation came by a little while ago. Just packed full of toys. They brought a bunch. You've got a bunch of people, our good buddy, have seen several people that have come through here and have given. And just as individuals, just dropping a toy off. And we got more bikes coming in right now. Comprehensive Security came in earlier today, dropped off, they like a U-Haul of toys. FedEx Nashville. It doesn't take a lot to give. And if you could, it goes a long way. And at the time, somebody's asking me earlier, what do you think is going to happen in the future? I think what's going to happen is, both sides are, what both sides are screaming for? They want another Tea Party. The left is looking for their Tea Party, right? And it's not socialism, right? It's not that. It's not, and they understand that. They're not interested in socialism. Even the young who voted for Mondani, they just want disruption. That's what they're at this point. They just don't want anything but the status quo. And on the other side of the aisle, the MAGA has a lot of great ideas. At the same time, MAGA, there isn't an heir apparent that's out there. There isn't. Trump owns the Republican Party for now, but it's a MAGA party. And after that, they've got to figure out how they're going to do it. And so both sides are looking for, how do you position yourself going forward? And it's, this is going to be the interesting thing. The one thing that MAGA did was Trump, and the way that he came at things as just a commoner, just a dude, even though he was anything but common, right? You and I didn't grow up like Trump, right? We didn't grow up in any tower whatsoever, right? Unless you were living in the ghetto or you were broke AF and living in the tower. You weren't. He grew up in towers and houses in the life of luxury, yet there was a commonality that he had with the average person that he was able to do some things with when he spoke to them. And, so many people have said, and I think Dave Chappelle actually said it, that day that he knew Trump was so much different was when he was on stage and he started pointing out, like, no, you came to me for money, and you came to me for money, and you came to me for money. Everybody's come for me for money, right? Everybody has come to me for money. And it just shows you, again, it's unfortunate that we live in a world where money plays such a huge role in politics, but it does. And so, but after Trump, it's a very real thing. I told you guys, the left has come to me to ask me questions about how would we go about talking to men? And I just said, well, you pay us $20 million, and Ken, Bell, and I will talk about that. But the right has come to me lately, and they've asked me questions about, the afters. How do we do this? Because at the local level and at the state level in certain areas. But there's a worry that things are going to go sideways. First of all, how many times am I going to tell you guys? Nothing is going to – there's no violence coming. There isn't. We're too lazy. If it's an app, different world. People might do something. But we're not going to do it unless it's an app.
Well, and it's football season.
And it's football season, right? It's football season. And so, because it's football season, we're definitely not doing anything during football, especially college football season.
Football.
So, you got to pick the right time. What's the right time where there's something going down? No, it's just not going to happen. Plus, we're too far away from each other. Like, if we're mad at California, that's a long drive. By the time you get there, you're not even angry anymore. You forgot why you made the trip. So that's just not going to happen. But there's going to be a battle for sure. It's like we talked about the other day with the whole Candace thing and the Tim Pool thing, and they're not battling for the direction or the hearts and mind of the party. They're battling for eyes, for views, for clicks, for likes and subscribers. They don't care about that because they don't have anything to offer in that world. They don't. They have nothing to offer. That they just want what they see up for grabs in the world where Charlie Kirk was and the turning point stuff. They see that opportunity, and that's what they're going for. But it's going to take somebody that's going to be able to come together and see, okay, this is what's going to have to happen. And I look, and I think to myself, it's not J.D. Vance. I like J.D., but it's not him. It's not J.D., and I don't know if it's Marco either. I keep thinking there's going to be that out of left field kind of person that's going to show up and be the surprise, which I think is going to happen. And what does it look like from there for the Republican Party across the board? It'll make it easier for J.D. It'll make it easier for Marco if Trump goes next year and sweeps everything, right? Because that's his commander-in-chief, if you will, that the only one he talks to and listens to is Susie Wiles. Everybody else, Trump kind of, as we know, he's going with his own gut. But he will pay attention to her. And she said next year, whether he likes it or not, he's going to have to get out there, and he's going to have to campaign. And she goes, there's going to be some places he's not going to campaign because, you know what, a little bit more moderate. Trump may be in a position where he may not help a candidate. But the places that he needs to go, he's going to have to go, and they're going to have to spend money because they are worried. Already 20-plus retirements coming. On top of that, I bet you by the end of January, we could see upwards of 40 to 50 retirements for the Republicans.
Wow.
And it's not because some people are done with it, like you're Don Bacon and a few other ones. Like, look, I just can't stand it anymore. The fighting, the hate, the anger, it's gotten too much. Some have they've run their course, right? They want to go out to the world of private, make a ton of money. But I think there's a lot of people that are frustrated, and they're looking at writings on the wall, and they're thinking, especially if they don't think the economy is going to go, they don't want to get boat raced. RFK Jr., yes, he could be one. He could be one. There's no doubt about that. But there's going to be somebody that comes and I think unites the party with some old school conservativeness, talking about shrinking the government and not spending, and has some of that populist idea. Because the funny thing is, Trump's ideas, the populism ideas, they really benefit the billionaires. He speaks a lot to it, but it's still that kind of trickle-down economics. Unfortunately, in the world of trickle-down economics we talked about last hour, why it didn't work the way it should have worked. I mean, it worked for a while is the fact that those companies that you thought were going to trickle stuff down, they went and they started to buy back all of their stock. And they started listening. It's all about the company more than it is the people working for the company. And so that was the issue with that, and that's why it's tough. Like we were talking about the, what's it, $17.50 an hour for In-N-Out Burger. They open when? They open tomorrow and Friday, right? I think that's it.
Yep.
Tomorrow,
yeah, two of them tomorrow, one on Friday.
So,
in Murfreesboro, the one in Murfreesboro opens Friday.
Okay, so they open tomorrow and Friday, and when you think about this, they're paying $17.50 an hour. Their manager makes, on average, $160 to $180 grand a year for an In-N-Out Burger. So $17.50 an hour. They pay a little bit better than other places, but they're private. They're not looking to cut corners. They're not looking to because they can afford to put money back into certain things. And that's what a lot of the trickle down was based on is, hey, we're going to give you guys these opportunities. Everybody's going to go public. Go look at how many companies were public back in the day comparatively to now. The goal now is to go public. That's the goal, is to go public. But once you go public, you're no longer about the company. You're about dollars and cents. You're about making the board happy and making the shareholders happy. And so when you cut, and it's about paying as little as possible because you want the biggest chunk. So it's very interesting to see how this is going to play out because Trump talked a lot about that, but at the same time, the actions lately especially, I mean, the AI actions are incredible. Have you ever heard the AI theory, the gorilla theory?
Mm-mm.
The gorilla theory theorizes that gorillas are around and we're around. We are smarter, we're more powerful. At any given point, we could eliminate the gorilla population in the space of a week or two. We are creating something now, though, that will be smarter, that potentially has the opportunity to be more powerful. We're going to put ourselves into the gorilla world sooner rather than later. It's kind of a weird thing, huh, with AI.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary when you think about it. You're like, ooh, that's uncomfortable.
I immediately started thinking of Roddy McDowell.
Oh, yeah. Roddy McDowell. I remember that.
He was an ape.
Yeah. Get your hands off me, dirty ape. What was that? That was
Charlton Heston.
Get your hands off me, you dirty, stinking ape. Oh, goodness me. We were talking earlier about Curious George. We've not seen a Curious George in here.
No, I thought that baby monkey with the bottle was Curious George, but it's just a baby monkey with a bottle.
Baby monkey with a bottle right there. It's awesome. We're at Toy Drive. We're going to be here, 18th Annual Toy Field Toy Drive, sponsored by A.O. Smith and Wayne's Pest Control. We're going to be here all night. Matt's here helping out. They just brought a whole bunch of throw it. Come on, dude. Are you worried about not hitting it? They're just look at that. It's tight spiral right there to Jackson.
Touchdown.
Why are you here, Jackson?
I'm always here.
Brother Jackson's always around.
Who's going to be running the board?
Joseph's always around, too.
He's running the board for Matt.
Who? Louie's running the board. There we go.
Brother Louie.
Oh, look at that. It's two-handed there. But we're here. You guys come down. You can hang out with us. Matt's going to be here. I'm going to be here for another, about 45 minutes or so. Bring the toys down. Doesn't matter what you have. Doesn't matter how big it is, how little it is. It's about the fact that you're giving and you thought about it and you're making that action. It helps out. And our partners here have been amazing. Nashville Tent and Awning's been incredible. And Fulfillment Supply, Comprehensive Security, FedEx Nashville, all of them have been incredible. Incredible with the things that they've done and what they've brought, and we look forward to getting more of that. Hopefully fill some of this stuff more up so we make Matt's job easier when he takes over here in a little while. All right, coming up, Hot Take Tuesday. We got some hot takes for you straight ahead. Chad Benson Show, Sabato. 99. Birch Gold. By the way, you've seen the way silver's moved. How would you like to get some free silver? Birch Gold can help you with that. Gold and silver have made a hell of a move lately, and the opportunity to protect yourself with precious metals is real. So right now, from now until the 22nd of this month with Birch Gold, if you buy $5,000 worth of gold from Birch Gold, you're going to get a free ounce of silver for every $5,000 you buy. Now, this includes maybe you've got an IRA or 401k, an existing one, and you would like to transfer it over and get it backed by precious metals like gold and silver. You can do that, right? Tax sheltered, which is amazing. Or maybe you just like the physical. Either way, Birch can help you, but you got to find out what to do first, and that starts with information. So this is what I want you to do. Text the word Benson to 989898 now. Birch will get you out all that information. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Amazing people. There's no hard sell. They're just good people. So why don't you do it now and find out if it's right for you? Text the word Benson now to 989898 for Birch Gold.
Auto racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds may face a major challenge. That story and more coming up at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Chaparity, everybody, Chaparity. We're broadcasting live 18th Annual Toy Field Toy Drive, sponsored by A.O. Smith, Wayne's Pest Control. So many people. We saw a whole bunch of people bring bikes. There's a new Mongoose over there, which is, I was a Skyway guy when I was a kid. I rode Skyway.
I was an eliminator.
Really?
I had an eliminator.
Really?
And it almost eliminated me.
There you go. I was a Skyway guy, and I was pretty cool. I liked that. I was like, what's going on, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? Riding around on my Skyway, doing some sweet tricks. My buddy was on Redline. He was sponsored by Redline. I did some cool tricks back in the day, but soccer, that was my thing. So, there's a lot of soccer balls out here, a lot of footballs. I was just playing catch with Jackson over there. Jackson throws and catches.
Brother Jackson can throw a pass.
Hey, Jackson, how excited. You were at Nissan Stadium. I don't know if you're aware of that. You guys are going to the Music City Bowl.
Woo!
Playing against, who's Illinois?
The Fighting Illini.
There you go. Go Vols.
So here's
There'll
something
be tens
really,
of hundreds of people here.
Here's something really cool. If you've got a bunch of toys you want to donate, right now is the time to come by Nissan Stadium. I'm looking at the traffic map. It is all clear around the downtown loop to get to Nissan Stadium. And you don't even have to get out of your car. You just pull up to gate 8 and 9, and people will gladly take your items for you and help you bring them here to our toy field, which is all. Looks like we're about 2/3 full. We need another big round to get this thing filled up. And again, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, although we do have a good bunch of bicycles now. We always appreciate that. But, man, it can be something as simple as a thing of colors and a coloring book.
Absolutely.
Just something for kids to have something on Christmas morning. And then we're also talking about the elderly.
Yeah, the seniors.
Seniors
that's a big deal.
who
That
might be
little
alone.
Little girl went in and asked all the seniors what they wanted. What's the number one thing on their list? They all wanted Vienna sausages.
That's
hilarious.
That's
I'd like a Vienna sausage and a highball.
Dude, I love those Vienna sausages.
Those things are
I'll
pretty
tear those things up.
Oh, so
I don't care how salty it is.
You like those too, Mr. Sushi Eater?
Vienna sausage, no, but I'll take a highball.
You'll take a highball. I gave Belle. So we had Thanksgiving. If you guys didn't hear yesterday, and Belle got my wife bought him dark tequila, and
Yeah.
I go, do you still? He's no, I drank that thing basically. By the time I got home.
Bill said it's gone.
Yeah, I murdered that in like 2.5 days.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. He's not depressed. By the way, Belle, you just missed it. We also met one of our people. They're throwing the football around here. Somebody almost went into all the toys.
Brother CJ just almost had a pick six.
Yeah,
but dropped.
Watch out for that your arm there, Matt. Okay, that's a lot of money. Right, that's a Temu shoulder. So for those of you guys not keeping score, we're out here. We're going to be here. Matt's going to be here till 7. So come on out, drop off the toys. Like Ken said, it could be anything when it comes to your toy. Like you could be driving right now and you might be close by and you're like, you know what? Why not? We got some toys in the back we're going to give the kids.
Yeah.
They got so much. You come. It helps the seniors as well. And these toys are going to be delivered by the Salvation Army. And this is the way it works. They had those angel trees. These are the kids and the people that weren't picked. They're going to cover the rest of it to make sure that everybody gets something.
Yes,
so
sir.
That's how it gets delivered if you're wondering how. It is Hot Take Tuesday. We'll run through a Hot Take Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
All right, Belle, your turn to start.
Sushi is intentionally overpriced. I went on a date earlier in the week, and I got out for under $40 for 2 people.
So,
Brother Bilal.
but I will tell you this, okay? Sushi. Whenever I eat sushi, which is never, I would always say, man, this smells a little fishy.
Best sushi I ever had was in the middle of Oklahoma.
It's not possible. It's not possible.
As far away from an ocean as possible.
So it's not possible. All right, Ken, your take. Hot take.
All right, this hot take is
Nice,
about
Kirby.
This hot take is about positioning of the toilet paper roll. The over position isn't just about convenience, it's a subtle power move.
Ooh, it's a power move.
It's got to be over. It can't be
You got to
under.
give the caveat, though.
Yeah,
what's that?
The cats.
Oh, yeah, Brother Bilal has cats. They play with the toilet paper.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll
This is gonna
strip the
end
roll
poorly.
right
They'll
off.
strip it all, and you don't have toilet paper. You just have toilet splinters.
It is hilarious. So last night, right? Real quick side story before I tell you guys mine. Here's mine really quick. In-N-Out Burger is amazing. You guys are about to find that out. And even though some of you might be like, well, it's from California, it's horrible. It is incredible, and you're going to love it. And go online, figure out the neat ways to order it. Be prepared for it, people. It's coming here. And by the way, here's something we should all love. They're a Christian company. Underneath their cups, they have Bible verses. Make sure you look.
Yes, sir.
So last night we're sitting there. My wife had ordered the Shake Shack. And
the Shake
Shack.
Shack.
The Uber Eats brought it, and we're sitting there just relaxing. And all of a sudden we hear this. Our cat had got his head inside of the Uber Eats bag. And let's just say it had gone exactly how you thought it would go.
Yeah.
Including the fact that there are ketchup packets all over the house.
Oh.
Cats are amazing, and at the same time.
Did he get any of the food?
He got none of the food.
Oh, man.
None of the food. But you know what he did do yesterday while everybody was gone? He went into the closet. He tore apart the giant gallon of distilled water my wife had bought and took out all of my drinks that I have, my Sprite drinks, and he moved them all over the house. No reason. There's water everywhere. That's what we're talking about. Cats, they're just an odd bunch, but I love them. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Got some of your text messages here. Tell you guys more on how you can be a part of our Chad Mark Super Duper radio play coming soon. And then, of course, at the top of the hour, Matt's going to be here to take us home and to see if we can get this thing filled out. We're almost there. I would say we've got about just under a third left to fill this out, and I expect you guys to do it. We'll do all that straight at Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 997.
.2:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers, right now we've got a crash. It's going to be 24 eastbound after Hickory Hollow Parkway. Police on the scene there in Antioch. Auto racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds may face a major challenge. A local coalition has launched a petition to change the Metro charter and remove racing from the site's mandate. The group cites noise, traffic, and environmental risks and proposes housing and green space instead. The effort needs tens of thousands of signatures before it can go to voters. And if they get those signatures, it could be on the November ballot in 2026. Crossville police say a Stone Elementary student is charged for making threats of mass violence at his school. Report came in yesterday from classmates, prompting a rapid response from law enforcement. Officials say the school was never in lockdown. No weapons were found, but that kid's still facing charges under Tennessee's school safety statute. Federal health officials taking a closer look at 2 RSV prevention drugs for babies. The FDA says it's reviewing safety data on Beyfortus and Influenza, even though millions of doses have been given worldwide without major concerns. Crowdsourcing for groceries. Usually when people turn to GoFundMe, it's for medical emergencies or maybe they're trying to start a new business. But according to the platform's annual report, there's been a 20% increase in fundraisers for basic needs like food and housing. And a time when affordability seems to be the word of the year, one of the fastest growing categories in 2025 was, quote, monthly bills. President Trump, by the way, making a stop in Pennsylvania today in a speech the White House says will focus on prices and affordability. Inflation, while better than it was a couple of years ago, still higher than the Fed's 2% benchmark. Recent layoffs and stubbornly high prices leading consumers to feel uneasy about the state of the economy. But the president, in an interview with Politico, said he'd give the economy high marks. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
USS. Snow's coming soon, rain. You want to make sure that you've got your house protected, especially the stuff you can't see, like your foundation, right? Basement, the walls, crawl space, things of that nature. You never know what can take place there, and that's why USS needs to come out. You got those cracks You're not quite sure what's going on underneath, right? You don't want your house to start slipping. All of a sudden, the foundation just starts leaning one way or the other. Porch, you never know what's going on. My goodness me, USS is there for you. This is what they're going to do. They're going to come out. They're not going to charge you anything. They're going to give you an absolutely free inspection. And here's the beauty of it. They're not going to sell you anything you do not need. That's not who they are. So if you're worried about the what ifs, if you're worried about, hey, you know what? Last year it got really dicey, especially when it got really cold and the pipes froze. Maybe get yourself in front of it before it gets too bad. Call USS today, 615-488-7855, 615-488-7855, or online at usstn.com. All right, guys, let's talk about Relief Factor. Amazing. You don't want to be sore? Guess what? Relief Factor is there to help. You don't want that situation where you are struggling majorly when it comes to what's happening with your body because the aches and pains in your joints, especially as you get older. Relief Factor can deliver this to you time and time again. It's not addictive. It is amazing. I take it every single day. It's got omega-3 fatty acids, all this incredible stuff. You will absolutely feel a difference in your body, and that's really what it's all about. I'm working out hard. I'm trying to get fitter, doing a lot more weights, running a lot more. And let me tell you something. I swear by this stuff. It's incredible. So I want you to do. I want you to try some Relief Factor right now. It's not going to cost you anything like $50 a week. No, it's $19.95 for a 3-week quick start. Put it to the test and watch and feel what happens. Go to ReliefFactor.com. That's ReliefFactor.com today. Or call 1-800-4RELIEF. 1-800-4RELIEF. Tell them Chad sent you for Relief Factor. People texting in, saying In-N-Out's the best. You guys are going to like In-N-Out. You guys are going to love In-N-Out. There's always a great burger place in every city that's not a giant burger place. In-N-Out's one of those things where they've expanded slowly. They're now out here. You will love it. You will. Everybody's like, the fries are good, but you got to eat them quick. All right, because they're fresh, right? Like this is what a fry should taste like. And the burgers are amazing. Get animal style on the fries. Somebody said earlier, you said animal style on the burger. No, that's right. Protein style on the burger. So you can get 2 patties wrapped in lettuce. That's protein. animal style. When it comes to your the fries, its stuff is awesome. So you guys are gonna enjoy it. I love it. So, but I'm gonna wait. But I've been blessed. I grew up across the street essentially for one, so I've never really, really had to worry. And people ask, is this what you'd be surprised in California when people roll up and there's 50 cars, 100 cars? It was like, well, is this? You're gonna find out when you go the next couple of days. It moves quicker than you think. But yes, even in California, there are times when there's 50 or 100 cars in line, but it goes so fast. We're out here, 18th Annual Toy Field Drive, sponsored by A.O. Smith and Wayne's Pest Control. We had Miss Nikki on earlier from Wayne's Pest Control. They're awesome. All right, so this is inside the South End Zone Plaza between gates 8 and 9, Nissan Stadium. We're going to be here we're going to fill this whole thing out. Matt's coming up next. He's over there. They were throwing the football earlier. But we just had a whole bunch of toys delivered, and I mean a whole bunch of toys. We've had, in the last couple hours, so many toys and so many bikes and stuff delivered. There's still opportunity for you to be a part of this. And, you heard Ken in his newscast that people are crowdfunding the basic needs of what's happening. When we talk about the economy, we talk about affordability, everybody wants to make it that it's a diss to Trump. No, it's honesty. I never expected Trump to fix things overnight, but a year in, it's fair to ask a question, right? We're almost a year in, and it is fair to ask the question, not to point the fingers, to ask the question. We need to get not so look and this is the thing. Inflation isn't a horrible thing unless it outpaces wages. And that's what's happening here. Inflation is outpacing wages still. So the naturalness of inflation of 2+%, 2.5%, that's something that you should expect. But if you can't keep up with that, that's a tax essentially against the American people. And it is hurting people. And when you've got a large amount of people turning to the GoFundMes of the world to cover the basic needs of their life, that's a serious thing, right? And this is where Trump cannot discount that. He can't. And that's one of the things. You can tell people that times are going to be tough, right? A real leader is not afraid to talk to his people. But what you can't tell them is they don't get it. They don't understand it. They can't, and they shouldn't. Whatever they're hearing is a lie. When that's not a feeling, right? Like you can go and spin something in a certain way when it comes to cultural issues and stuff. That happens all the time. We see that. But when it comes to your dollars and cents, that's a real thing. And you just have to approach it in a much different way. And I know Trump's frustrated. He is. But the reality is here he is, Ken's sitting here talking about it. What's that, my man? Our sister station here. They're all showing up, the sports station, because they're going to be out here too. But when Ken's talking about the fact that people are taking to GoFundMe to cover their basic needs, man, that's a tough thing.
20% increase.
That's a tough thing, right?
According to their annual report.
Yeah. So, and so that's why, being honest, there's a fear factor in politics, and part of that's on us because we are an impatient group. We're an impatient group. And, I don't care whose problem it was. Like, they've got till Thursday. By the looks of it, Thursday is the last day that they're even going to think about taking up health care. Have you heard anything about health care? Like, any of their plans? I don't know one plan they've thrown out there.
Looks like the Republican proposal now emerging in the Senate would inject federal dollars into health savings accounts, money which people on the exchanges could then use to offset the cost of high deductible plans.
So basically, they're just going to give you the money to do what they were already doing.
I'm not sure. And then Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, he calls it a phony proposal.
Yeah.
He's pushing a 3-year extension of the expiring Obamacare tax subsidies.
Yeah, which is,
You mean Schumer criticized a Republican idea?
I know, it's crazy, right? That's insane. Hey, did you see what Nancy Mace said about Mike Johnson?
No.
Nancy Mace, she did an op-ed, and she said Nancy Pelosi is by far a better House leader than Mike Johnson ever has been, and she's been the best House leader as far as effectiveness, whether you like her politics or not, of this century. And I'm like, well, I can see that. I mean, you're not talking about whether or not you liked her policies, but as far as being the leader of her party and what went on there, okay, I understand that. But what is the plan? The plan is you're just going to hand money now to people. It doesn't fix the problem. The problem is our healthcare system is broke. You're just transferring the money to the people to allow them to do what with it? I mean, that's just it. And how much are you giving them? And how many of them are going to say, screw it, I don't want insurance, because even if you give me this money, you're not giving me what it was cost. You're not fixing the actual problem itself, which is healthcare is not only unaffordable, it's just ridiculous. It's crazy. I mean, it is insane what goes on in the world of healthcare, right? It's all about deny. It's all about this. You got to cover that. We need a fix. But until the money from the lobbyists gets out, what are we going to have? They're going to have this going on, which is we're just transferring some money to some people. And they have, and I don't know if Thune's going to take it up.
Yeah, right now neither plan seems anywhere near getting the 60 votes they will need.
Yeah. So what that means is healthcare costs are going to rise, and you're going to see a lot of people say, screw it, I'm just going to roll the dice. And by rolling the dice, you're going to see a lot of people who are going to be upset. And even Rasmussen's poll the other day is they don't care who started Obamacare, right, which was the Democrats. They don't care that they were the only ones who voted for it. They want to fix. And several of you texted me yesterday and go, why is the Republicans? Because the Republicans, you and I can't fix the healthcare industry. We can't. So who can? They can. They've already broken it. And so they're the only ones who can do something about it. And once again, they're going to say the same thing. You know what we need? We need more opportunity to go out and to shop. But that's not going to happen. You're not going to get more opportunity for competition. Because the way that the states work, everything is locked into one or two people and groups, and the consolidations with the hospitals and this, that, and the other. And you're not going to get – it's not like car insurance. Right? Car insurance is great, man. You go online and you put in your name today for car insurance, right? And, I'm looking for car insurance. You're going to have 90 calls in 3 minutes. It's not the same. We need to have some sort of fix where, we'd love to say the government's going to get out. Government's never getting out of something they were already in. It is never going to happen. And because their money's too big. If the money dried up with the lobbyists, government would disappear tomorrow. Sorry, I can do nothing for you because you can do nothing for me. So we'll see what happens with that. So, Ken, I want to talk to you about the race.
Yes, sir.
It's been weird to follow. I'm trying to figure out what exactly are we doing with the racetrack? Nothing, something?
Well, you've got this group. They call themselves Restore Our Fairgrounds.
Okay.
They don't want any racing there.
Okay.
They think it needs to be parks and affordable housing. But you've got a very robust racing group of racing fans in Nashville who want that. There's a big battle over what to do with the fairgrounds in Nashville, and it gets heated on both sides. So what this group needs to do now, they filed a petition that would basically ban racing at the fairgrounds. They want to take the language out of the city's charter that there will be no racing at the fairgrounds anymore. They want to turn it into parks and housing. Now they're going to have to go out and get tens of thousands of signatures in order to get this thing on the ballot, which if they do, it could be on the ballot in November of 2026. That would add to what's going to already be an incredible ballot for the midterm elections in Tennessee.
And so they want to do a park. People like a park. And they want to do a housing.
Yes, and there's people out there who will tell you that it's all about one man who has a lot of money and he wants more money.
Well, there's a lot of that. Not a shocker, everybody. Follow the money in life. So I don't know. Again, these things are always so convoluted. You never read the fine print, then double read the fine print, then get that magic marker where you go over it and just find out what's written in invisible ink about, Does the racing that like how many races do they have there?
I have no idea. I don't know.
It's going to be. It seems interesting. I mean, yeah, housing always sounds good,
Yeah.
right? Like more, we have a housing problem, but who's funding this and who's going to control all the housing?
Well, that's when you get into the details of it. And now Brother Murphy knows this thing like the back of his hand.
Yeah, I've been reading a bit about this. I'm just like what I see is guy A comes in, wants to do all this stuff. He's going to zone it for housing. He's going to build 3 houses. He's going to sell it to one person for $750,000. Then a giant corporation is going to come in and buy the rest, and then nobody's going to be able to afford that kind of housing.
Yeah. Or will it just be a bunch of apartment complexes?
Or will it be that? Right, and the whole thought of the park is going to be one of those little AstroTurf things where you could take your dog to poop on.
It'll be a little dog.
Just the little guys, not even the big guys. That's the fear of. It sounds like it's always great, and then you read the fine print, you're like, this isn't what you think it's going to be. This is not what you think it's going to be. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, coming up, we're going to be wrapping up the show. Matt's over here, and for whatever reason, Jackson showed up. That's a weird thing.
Brother Jackson, he's going to be running the camera.
It sits there.
Yeah. Brother Jackson knows how to run a camera.
Cecil B. DeMille over there?
He's going to make us look great.
It's a little late for that, for us. Where were you earlier? Good God.
He had to take a nap. He was up at stupid o'clock this morning.
Doing what?
Yeah, he had to help the morning show. Yeah, he had to do Dan Mandis' show.
Well, I'm sorry about that. We all feel sorry about that. Was it cold out here this morning? Oh, yeah. All right.
It's 27 degrees.
It's not now, so don't worry about that. Yeah, you've already taken off his giant jacket. All right, we're going to wrap it up straight ahead. Chad Benso, 7-997.
I'm waving at the camera.
Wrapping it up. Hot as can be on this beautiful. Was it a Tuesday?
It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
It is.
It is.
What's up, brother?
Hey, Chad.
Look at you with your glasses on.
Well, you know.
Yeah, where do you sit here?
The sun. It won't be long. It won't be long before the sun's down. And then we'll lament. We'll like, where's the sun gone? It'll get cold.
It's dark and cold. Don't worry, they turn these things on. You're going to be running around in Speedo in about an hour.
Have you told anyone that you're dressed like Santa Claus if Santa Claus killed people for a living?
That's what, yes. Oh, yeah. I run here today, stop by the newest stadium, talk to my friends who do concrete. We've issues. Very much so issues. Yeah, I look like.
That's great. That's a good outfit.
It's a party, baby.
I love it.
You brought why Jackson here?
Jackson's here for me. Jackson's here for me.
Okay.
You know,
You're
for me to use.
You're gonna make him act out your sound bites?
Apparently Jackson is here exclusively to when I have trash, take it to the trash can because the trash can's way over there.
Earlier he was throwing touchdown passes.
I saw that. Better than Joey Aguilar. Okie dokie. It's the holidays, everybody.
It's the
holiday season.
Hey, did you see this right here? If you guys look behind, was that Music City Bowl?
Music City Bowl's coming. Jackson and I are going to go.
All right.
Well, I made the mistake of, I was trying to be, we were on a text together, and I was trying to be, that guy. And I was like, hey, Jackson, you got your tickets to the Music City Bowl yet? And he goes, no, you got any? I said, you want some? He goes, yes. I'm like, oh, dadgummit. Now I've got to get him Music City Bowl tickets.
I wonder if we know
Should be
anybody
easy.
that has Music City.
I wonder if we might know somebody. I don't know. We might know somebody. Y'all remember when we thought Nissan Stadium was big?
Yeah.
And now that thing next door?
Exactly.
I mean, good Lord, you could fit Nissan Stadium inside.
Yes, you could.
So now what's it going to be like? Is it going to be a roof, a half roof?
Roof.
It's retractable, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
Well, see, they did a study. I read this story, right? They did a study where the stadiums that have retractable roofs, they only open them like less than 3% of the time.
Not even.
And it adds $1 billion in the cost of the stadium.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, why would we do that? And now they can do these translucent roofs.
Yeah.
Slay.
We are getting close. What's up, Slay? We're getting close to like Harry Potter territory where they can just put whatever design on top of the roof that they want to, and then it'll look like that on the inside of the stadium. So I think that's what they're doing, the translucent roof.
Well, that'll be cool. Very interesting.
Cool.
A lot of toys showing
Hey,
up
toys
here.
are coming in.
Look at that big old wagon of toys showing up here at Nissan Stadium.
People
Love
are saying
that.
it's going to have fewer seats. Well, you know why? Because you're was it the PSL or whatever the big
seat
thing?
license.
The
Well,
seat license.
and I think facilities like this have learned that they have to tier experiences to the cost point that the customer wants.
Yeah.
And that if a customer wants a more enhanced, they'll call it, experience, if they're willing to pay for it, they can get it, but that takes up space.
I'm like Oakland A's are moving from the worst stadium in sports. The Coliseum, although they played in Sacramento where the River Cats played this past year, their AAA team. And they decided when they moved to Vegas, they don't want 50,000. They want like 30,000 seats. They want it to be intimate and neat and to have an experience where everybody's got a good view of something.
Well, and these teams aren't basing their earning potential on people being in the stadium either.
No.
They're basing it on television rights.
Yep.
And the television money. I mean, it's sad to say, but it's true.
Well, I mean, you could sell the boxes, have no seats, and you're going to be worth gazillions.
Right.
I mean, that's outside of parking, which is what they love. But, really, what's parking go for here during a game?
I don't know because I always park at the radio station and
walk.
Uber. Or we Uber over, walk back.
Exactly.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Hit bars on the way back. And so by the time you're there, you're stumbling.
The Titans hit bars on the way there.
Apparently.
So there's that. No, but yeah, because I'm curious. We were talking earlier about the cost of the parking at the new SoFi Field. My little brother went in the first year to a game with the Chargers. It was like $135, $150.
$135.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So I went to the Georgia Tech game, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, downtown Atlanta, and we got offered parking before we got there, and it was $48, and I just jumped on it.
Absolutely.
And it was a little walk, like quarter of a mile from the stadium, but parking around the stadium was $80.
Yeah. See, that's a lot of people do that, like in places like because that's where the Forum is in L.A. And the across the street, the auto body shop will open up for $50 and put 50 cars in there at night.
Well, and in Birmingham. At the old Legion Field, which became just a really bad part of town, it was notorious for the guys would say, "Yeah, you can park here for $20, but it's an extra $20 for insurance."
Yeah, I know of this game. I've played this before.
Trust me, pay the insurance.
Pay the insurance.
Pay the insurance.
Absolutely. Coming up, Matt. Straight ahead. You guys have a good one and come out and give all night long. You guys, thanks so much for giving today too. We'll see you tomorrow.